Damn, y'all got in here fast. What up, Rose? What up, Bouncy Ball? Thanks for being the first shatters. Give me a second, guys. Bam! What up, chat? How we living? I'm gonna be lurking. No worries, Loaf Cat. Thanks for lurking. Loaf Cat, I'm an idiot. I still need to fucking make your art into emotes, bro. It's fallen down my priority list. I'm gonna actually fucking write it down in my little to-do list. Hold on. Fuck! I forgot another thing that I was supposed to do today. Oopsies! Alright. Last stream there was talking kittens. Yes! Let me tell you guys about it. Y'all want to hear about the kitties? So I forgot I told you guys I've been scouting for another cat. Don't tell Beans. He might be upset. No more. Let's see the cuck chair. I actually went and got the cushion cleaned because I realized when I got there, I was like I bought the couch obviously, but I was like, oh, I don't know how these people be, you know? So the cushion's at the dry cleaner. It just got done today. I didn't want to pick it up today because I was EP. I played hockey, but I'm gonna go pick it up tomorrow. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you should have actually seen it on Instagram. It's very comfy, cozy. I think the only picture I have is Beans on it. Oh, no, just kidding. I actually did take a picture of it. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, it's so comfy, bro. It's so comfy, but yeah, that's my little cuck couch. So yeah, I went and picked up the cuck couch, and then I went and visited these kittens. Chat, I didn't realize these cats are like brand new. They're like 2 weeks old. Also, so like they're still kind of dependent on their mom, which I walked in, I saw how small the cats were, and I was like, holy fuck, bro, like these cats are for sure like not adoptable yet. And then on top of that, I was under the assumption that they had found a stray who had kittens, and they themselves were taking care of it and like handing out the kittens. They were like, hey, we're going through like a foster animal shelter thing. And they were like, you're gonna have to like fill out an adoption form. So I haven't really decided which kibby I want yet. I really fucked with two of them. I really like, this is Sesame. I really liked Sesame, chat. I can't even lie. Look at his cute little fucking nose, bro. Look how cute he is. I'm really fucking with Sesame, but then I was also really fucking with Sashimi. I really only got like one picture of her. Or maybe this is her. Is that her? No, that's definitely not her. That's Nordy. The only cat that didn't really fuck with me was Nordy. That's her on top of Nordy. That's the only picture I got of her. But they're super cutie. Super cutie kibbies. I couldn't go home with them yet. And I couldn't decide. Sashimi was more like exploratory. Like she definitely had a lot of energy. So like she would definitely give Beans a run for her money. But I low-key see her being kind of a pain in the ass. Sesame, on the other hand, was a little bit lower energy. But he seemed very like passive. And I kind of do want somebody who's going to give Beans some run for his money there, or at least play with him or whatever. But then again, they're kittens. Like they could completely change their personality, bro. They could completely change their personality on a whim. Like honestly, y'all, I don't know if I've ever talked about this. Beans was a completely different kitten than him as a cat now. Like when he was a kitten, he was very lovey-dovey. Like he followed me everywhere. He played fetch. he would sleep like up here next to me. And then at some point, he was just like, man, I don't really fuck with that version of me anymore. Kind of stopped following me around as much. Decided, I'm going to sleep at his feet. And they get mad at him whenever he moves in bed and accidentally kicks me because I'm at his fucking feet. You know, that actually isn't as much of a problem now because I have a king size bed. He literally has a whole fucking side of the bed. Yeah, you just never know, bro. I just rescued a mama and a 4 to 7 to 10 day old kittens. Oh my God. I'm so jealous of you, bro. When will the cat distribution system choose me, y'all? That's all I want. Yo, what up, Leviathan? Welcome to the first stream. Is he in his teenage years? He's 4. I don't know what that... what are cat teenage years, chat? Remember cats domesticated themselves? I just saw Sarby's Insta and he bagged a baddie. I did. She's so out of my league, chat. It's crazy. I gotta act... what is it called? I gotta act accordingly. All right? My beautiful girl. Your mom took my strap on. What a fucking wild name. My cats go to the vet for shots before I go to work tomorrow, so yay. Okay, y'all, that is the only thing I'll say about Beans. He is such an angel at the vet. Don't get me wrong, he's not like gung-ho wild about it, but like, dude, he takes shots like a fucking champ. You know what, Dr. Pepper Addict? Part of it is I think my vets are really good. What did they fucking do? There was something they did last time they gave him a shot that like completely made him forget that like what was like what happened. It was like something with his head. They like rubbed his head or something like that. And he like the vet tech like rubbed his head while the vet gave him a shot. Bro had no clue what happened. It was crazy. And y'all, like, my cat's kind of a terrorist, y'all. Like, that is so weird coming from a cat that, like, terrorizes people who come and visit. My dog farts every time he goes to the vet. It smells so bad, it's embarrassing as hell. You know what? W dog. God forbid he farts a little bit, bro. Normalize letting your dog fart a bit. He's just trying to fart. Nonchalant Buzz Down, thank you for resubscribing for 1 month at tier 1. Been subscribed for 3 months. Thank you, Nonchalant Buzz Down. Cherry Soap, thank you for resubscribing for 4 months at tier 1. Been subscribed for 4 months. Thank you, Cherry Soap. Any insane stream streaks? Ooh, I haven't seen Raya in here. Raya, don't lose your stream streak. My cat is 10 years old, still pooping herself on the way to the vet. No! That's so... See, and that's low-key, I feel like that's what's going to happen. I'm going to get a cat, and it's going to be, like, totally not Beans-esque when it comes to that shit. Hey, what up, Jen? Did you get the kitten? No, I kind of told her because she has 2 people looking at the cats this weekend. I was like, listen, I'd be happy with sashimi or sesame. In a perfect world, I'd take both of them, but I just don't live in a big enough house for that right now. That's... I don't know, guys. Do you guys know, is there like a standard of like how big your place should be for like X amount of cats? Because like, don't get me wrong, I have a big place. It's like 1,300 square feet, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, you know, pretty decently sized kitchen and living area. But like, sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, I feel like I could give Beans more space, you know? And I'm bringing in another cat, so there will be 2 of those. And I'm like, at what point is it kind of like unethical? Because like, I think like that, but then every once in a while, I'll see like TikToks of people who live in New York and they live in like a 200 square foot shoebox and they have a cat in there. We have 1,200 square feet and 4 cats. It was a little tiny, but they did well. You're trying to convince me, aren't you? Fuck it, I'll take them all. I have 3-bed, 1-bath, and 4 indoor cats, plus the ones I rescued, but the ones I rescued are completely separated in their own bedroom. Oh no. I have 3 in my 1,300 square foot place. They don't mind it. Oh god, am I gonna be a cat lady? Am I just gonna fucking rip? I feel bad though. Also, I low-key don't know if my property management is gonna be down for that. If you ask Google, it'll say 1 cat needs 4 feet. That sounds unethical as fuck. Hey, what up, Avery? Avery Beans the cat. Welcome to the stream. I would recommend that you only have as many cats as you do rooms for them to retreat to. Okay, I guess that's 3 then, huh? If I count my living room. The cats could definitely get away from me and each other if they need to. Like I have a whole other big ass cat tower in the living room that Beans doesn't use. And then I have my room. My room's pretty good. Hello, chat. I am moisturizing. Moisturize Lightning McQueen, bro. Yeah, but here's the thing. Your mom took my strap on. I also have to pay a $500 deposit per cat. I'll get the deposit back if they deem that the cats haven't fucked anything up. But do I really want to tie like $1,000 more into fucking cats right now? Don't tell management. Dude, there's no way I can hide that from them. As far as my landlord is concerned, I only have 2 cats. Skill issue, I have a doctor to prescribe them as ESA. Ooh, that's a good point. $500 is insane. It probably is, low-key. I have 3 ESAs prescribed to me and haven't had a single one denied or required a deposit. Yeah. Do I really want to jump through those hoops right now, though? I'm hopefully not going to live here for much longer. Maybe not much longer, but like, well, I guess it'll be a little under a year. My landlord still doesn't know about the giant indent I put in my bedroom ceiling trying to put up a stripper pole in 2020. W stripper pole. What up, Hoppy Hop? ESA is easy. Have your doctor write a letter. I wonder if I could get my psychiatrist to write that shit. What's so funny is they'd know I'd be fudging too. Hey, what up, Jaden? How does that work? If I get all of my cats set up as ESAs, but I've already paid the $500 deposit, do they have to give me the deposit back? Fuck, I finished my water. They do have to give it back? That's so funny. Oh, Mbeminem is here. What up, Mbem? The cat, you know, what up? If moving 2 cats easier to move than 3? I mean, I'm not worried about it, honestly, Em. I'll probably just get 3 separate crates and move them to whatever house I move to. You know, I'll probably leave them in here as long as I can. And then once there's some stuff over in the new place, I'll move them over there. I am a little worried though. Like, y'all, the places I've been looking at, they're like they're not huge. I'm not gonna get like a huge house, but I'm gonna try to get like a pretty decently sized house, like 3 or 4 bedrooms. I was like I was touring one. I don't know if I told you guys this. My parents were in town last weekend and we went and looked at some houses just because like I'm not like gonna buy one soon, but like in the market, gonna keep my eye out kind of thing. I don't want to have to break my lease, but like I'm down to if I find the right house. And so we were just looking around at neighborhoods and stuff at like open houses. And I was walking around one and I was like, I already in this place, every once in a while, I'll be like, where's Beans? And then I have to go scour the entire place to be like, making sure that Beans didn't somehow figure out a way out of my apartment that literally has only one way in or out, which is the door. And yeah, I just get like stressed about that. And I was like, I can't imagine that in like a big fucking house. Now we got to crowdfund to get Sarby a McMansion for Beans. Lightning McQueen, I promise you, you don't have to do that. All right. I literally told you guys how much money I make. Well, maybe not exact numbers, but you can put shit together. There's a YouTube video about it, bro. Like, you guys do not need to be crowdfunding anything for me. But I appreciate wanting to support me and my baby boy, but I promise you. I promise you we're chilling. Shake threats. Damn. Scug wants me to threaten Beans. Chat, get him. Get him. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. Beans doesn't really come running. You know what, chat? Let's test it. Wait. Okay, I thought at the beginning or at some point he was hanging out. Let's do a little experiment, chat. I don't think he will. For a second, I was like, is he on his Tower of Terror? Oh! Oh! Damn, you're cooking! All right, I need to do this more often. Hi, Beans! All right, you were so good. Look at that, Beans. You were so good. Let's give you a treat. Oh. No, you don't want the treat. You came, you were summoned, but then when I gave you the thing that you get when you come get summoned, you don't want him now? What a silly boy. Say hello, Mr. Beans. Beans. Look at this little baby. Oh, okay. He's like, all right, Dad, you're done. You're done. I'm surprised. He doesn't usually like being held like that, so. Oh? You want the treat? Sorry, guys. I actually haven't unpacked my mics from when I visited Kai and them. That definitely is on my list of things I need to do, but... Oh? Do you want them, bro? Why did you just airplane ears me? Oh. He's like sitting, he's like, you guys can't see him, but he's like standing by the treats, but he won't eat them. I have like a little cardboard box underneath there. Oh, he like knocked it on the floor and wants to eat it off the floor like a fucking heathen, bro. He's eating it. Yep. What a fucking weirdo. My cat's a weirdo, bro. It's a little fucking weirdo. Did y'all try that soju bar while you were down in LA? No, we didn't have time. I honestly didn't spend that much time at their place, low-key. It's Squeezy pouches are where it's at. Beans has been enjoying those a lot more. Also, I kind of like those because they have water content in them, and just cats in general usually don't drink enough water. So whatever liquidy things I can give him, I try to give him. I too prefer not using a plate. Low key, plates kind of suck. As a heathen, I'm offended. Yeah, you would be a heathen, not a robot. Sorry you didn't get to do your content. That was a little bit of a bummer. No, it's okay. Honestly, y'all, I don't love the virtual reading Reddit sessions. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I made an exception when I did it with the Reddit on Wiki guys, but I don't think I want to do that on my main channel. I think it feels weird. I like fully authentic, like in-person, like the way that I collabed with OK Storytime. That's how I want to do my collabs. You know? I think that's the best way to do it. And I definitely, oh shit, what the fuck? Who raided me? Who raided me? The Real Zombie Panda Militia. Thank you for raiding me with a party of 5 viewers and hitting me with the follow. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the raid. The cat, you know, thank you for resubscribing for 1 month at tier 1 base. Subscribe for 2 months. Oh, it's me, OG Cat from YouTube. Thank you for moving over to the Twitch. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. My son-in-law was streaming. I told him to raid Sarby at the end of this stream, so there might be a few more here. Oh, hell yeah. Hello to Cat's son-in-law. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Cats also prefer constant running water. I literally have a fountain that tracks how much he drinks every day. He drinks a good amount. He actually drinks the more than average amount that cats do, but even that isn't as much as like the daily recommended hydration. So I give Beans wet food, I give him his soups, and then I give him his little like delectables liquid treats whenever I take him on walks outside. He does have a fancy water fountain. He does have a fancy water fountain. Chat, let me I'm gonna refill my water really quickly, and then we're gonna get started on the read, okay? Here's enjoy Beans staring at the ghost. Oh, hello, Mr. B. Oh, baby. All right, chat. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Alrighty, chat. If you guys did not, I actually didn't give the rundown of what we're doing today. So, plan for today, chat. I want to do like an hour to maybe an hour and a half of reading Reddit stories. And then I have 2 videos that I would like to react to. We have, let me give you guys a little teaser on that. We have online fetishes that ruin people's lives. I saw this, and it looked really interesting. This video also looked really interesting, so I want to maybe react to that later. And then we're also going to react to another Ashley Embers video. It's really funny. My girlfriend sent me this video, and she's like, you should react to it. And it's this one, the Trad Wives Found Their New Recruits Teenagers video. She said it was a really good video, and then I was like, oh, that's so funny. I just reacted to one of her videos, but she made a good video. It was a good reaction, so we're gonna do that today. Did Unc B become Italian for a second? I've always been Italian. Call these Sarby Soprano, bro. I run the mafia. Beans is the boss. Oh, man. Alrighty, chat. Let's get started. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 53 people watching, 30 likes. That's actually pretty damn good. But if you haven't liked up the stream yet, please do so. If you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow no matter where you're at. Turn on the post notice so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. Here we go. My girlfriend spent over £1,000 on a hair appointment and tried to hide the cost from me afterwards. Originally posted to r/off my chest on December 21st, 2025. By the way, you guys, I forgot to tell you, we are recording for the 15 most upvoted, we're recording for the 15 most upvoted video on my main, words are hard. We're recording for the 15 most upvoted video that I put on my main channel. I haven't done a best of Redditor updates one in a while, so I wanted to get back to it. We have a lot of stories to read, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how long it's going to take me to cook through all these because they're super long, but I know I enjoy the updated stories, so I want to keep making these videos. Okay, here we go. I, female 26, found out that my girlfriend, female 27, spent over £1,000 on her hair. My jaw's on the floor. She got her hair dyed a platinum blonde. It is naturally black normally. I'm not angry that she dyed her hair, but I found out she paid almost but I found out she paid almost £850 to get it done, and that is not counting the tip and the new hair products she needs. All total, she spent over £1,000. It was one appointment spread over 2 days. Okay, chat. Any hairstylists in here who can tell me how much it would cost for someone who's naturally black to dye their hair platinum blonde normally? That's a fair price for platinum blonde? Is it really, bro? Oh, shit. Restart for editors. Fuck! You know what? It actually doesn't really matter because I only yapped for 24 minutes. It should be fine. This is 1.3K USD. Is it really that much to go platinum blonde? Really? Why the fuck would anybody pay for that? Okay, so from what you guys are telling me, that's actually kind of an okay price for this kind of service. Which, like, fair. If somebody's willing to pay it, fair. But, oh my fucking God. Yeah, I feel like if there's anything that you maybe want to do that costs more money, dyeing your hair is probably one of the better ones, huh? Okay. Interesting. We aren't wealthy, and I almost had a heart attack when I found out. We don't watch each other's spending, but I would never spend that much without talking about it with her. I guess this does raise a question of how do they handle their finances? She says it was so much and took so long because it takes that much to get Asian hair blonde. She did the appointments while I was working the night shift. I'm a paramedic, and I sleep during the day when I work nights, and sometimes I don't see her before I leave for work if she's already asleep. She also paid with cash. I think she did it when I was working nights and used cash that she took out over a few weeks, so I would not see the charge on our statement or know how much the appointment cost. Plus, now, she apparently has to go for touch-ups often, every couple of weeks, and those are also expensive. Okay, here's the thing, chat. Don't get me wrong, I think it's silly to spend your money on this. But as long as they're paying their bills and it's not our money, it's her money. I understand being icked out by it because I think I would be too. But I think she should be allowed to spend her money how she wants to, responsibly or not. Like, as dumb as it sounds, y'all, this really is not that different to me than somebody buying a designer bag. You know? I think it's dumb. I'm sure a majority of my chat thinks it's probably dumb. But, like, if it's her money, not our relationship money, I'm kind of okay with it. We're not super far into the story, but yeah, what's making her feel like she has to hide it? Vic Kitty, I think that's a good question that you're asking here. Don't trust someone who can't spend within their means. Here's the thing, Bouncy Ball, is we don't know that yet. We can assume, right? We can assume, but I don't know. I think there's a world where this works, you know? Let's continue. Let's just continue and see what's happening here. I can't believe she spent over 1,000 pounds on her hair when money is tight. Oh, okay. That's different. That's different. I can't remember the last time I spent that much in one go, not counting rent. I'm stressed out and she is so nonchalant about it. I'm not upset that she changed her hair. I'm upset about the amount she spent and the hundreds it will cost for maintenance and products. Plus, I'm not happy that she hid the true cost of the appointment for me. I only found out accidentally. I'm upset about the cost and the fact she hid it from me. She thinks I'm overreacting, but I don't think I am. I just can't believe it. Ugh. That's it? That's all we get? I feel like I need more info on your guys' finances. Like, what does it mean that money is tight? How are you guys paying for bills together? Also, is it, like, suspicious that this money... Well, I guess she was pulling it out with cash. Over a few weeks. Well, that's just OP saying, I think she did it when I was working nights and used cash that she took out over a few weeks. But there could be a, maybe she got the cash from something else type of situation here. Chat, I want to look at what you guys are saying. Hold your energy. I kind of want to dive into the irrelevant comments. I really want to know what other people are saying here because I feel like a little bit of a fence sitter right now. I'm an advocate for, like, if you want to spend your money in a certain way, like if Platinum Blonde makes this person happy, they should be allowed to spend their own money, assuming that they're paying their portion of the bills and, you know, everything that they need to pay for in this relationship. If they want to irresponsibly spend their $1,000 and then they have money for nothing else fun, I think you should be allowed to. And if that just doesn't work for you as a person in that relationship, you can leave, right? Then again, it sounds like there could be some hanky-panky happening in the background. So, relevant comments. Oh, okay. Yeah, this just nullified everything that I just said. OP responded to somebody asking, was it her money to spend? OP said, no, it was from our shared bank account. Okay, yeah, now we're on the fuck your girlfriend, she is a terrible person wave. OP said, someone else asked, why do you care? It's her money. OP replied, no, it wasn't just her money. It was from our shared bank account. I care because money is tight and she took such a large amount from our shared account without telling me and then hid it for me over a month. I only found out accidentally and it is my business. Okay, in this commenter's defense, you didn't explicitly say that. Now that you've explicitly said that, yeah, fuck your girlfriend. She is making insanely irresponsible decisions. You do not take your partner's money behind their back so that you can dye your hair blonde. Platinum blonde. Sorry, my bad. If you want to do that with your own money, I would stand behind that and say, go fucking go for it, bro. But if it's with money that's shared with your partner that's supposed to be for specific things and you didn't consult them about what you wanted to spend the money on, yeah, you're a fucking dickhead. Crazy. Chat, keep in mind, OP is a woman. I see a couple he's in there. Just remember, this is a WLW relationship. What else did she spend money on without telling OP? And I think that's the base of like why you should probably just break up with this person. Number one, has she done this in the past? Probably. Number two, if she hasn't done it in the past, or even if she has, she'll probably do it again. I am telling you guys right now, like my personal philosophy is I don't want to be with somebody who's financially irresponsible because that will come and bite you in the butt. Isn't there some insane statistic? Don't take this to heart, but I could have sworn somebody told me one time that like 50% of divorces are because of financial reasons. Like, bro, do not get married to somebody who doesn't have their shit together when it comes to money, because that will just create endless amounts of problem in your relationship. All right, chat, let's keep going. Let's keep it rocking. I'm curious, where is this going? Another relevant comment. I'm a platinum blonde and I paid $300 for a session max. This is crazy. Very cute that you don't mind her getting her hair done, but this is comparable to new shoes. A splurge of $200 to $300 once a year is fine, but 1,000 pounds on shoes. I'm so sorry, my dude. This is a woman, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, female 26. Okay. Edit, make her pay it back or break up. Unfortunately, I would say the latter. My mom was like this. She made us go bankrupt beyond repair. She's now AWOL and debts keep showing up out of nowhere. The star of this week, $38,000 from 1986, before I was born. This means way more than you think for the rest of your life. Okay, so more information. Apparently, this is not a normal amount of money for a platinum blonde, which I still think, y'all, we gotta, I don't know. I'm very curious why this all of a sudden happened, you know? Sounds like maybe she got scammed, or maybe that's not where all the money is going. I don't know. Like, if she's doing this sketchy shit behind your back, what other sketchy shit is she doing behind your back? Someone replied to that saying, also the maintenance on that blonde is going to be so often. Do you go in every 6 weeks-ish? OP replied to that comment saying, my girlfriend has been going every 2 to 3 weeks to get her roots dyed. Fuck, I know nothing about hair, but that sounds way too early. Am I crazy for that? Do people get their roots done every 2 to 3 weeks? Yeah, Cherry Soap said, I get my roots touched up every 6 weeks. 2 weeks is way too often. Bro, she's totally cheating or some shit. There is some sketchy shit happening, bro. There's no way. There's no way. Absolutely not. There is some sketchy, hanky-panky shit happening, chat, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. Oh, yeah, you guys are saying that it probably depends on the length of her hair. That makes sense, too. Okay. Y'all, I don't know about hair prices, okay? I don't... Contrary to popular belief, this is natural, you know? We got that black... I do be having that black Asian hair, By the way, my girlfriend is going to dye my hair, though. Not all of it. I can't wait to show you guys, but she's going to dye my hair a little bit for y'all. So I can match her a bit. We can be matchy-matchy. Sarby Hair Salon win. I do want to do a charity stream eventually, and if we raise enough money, I'm going to get a cat shaved in my head. And then after that, once the cat grows out, I'll probably buzz my hair and bleach it. I can I'll stream the cat. I think I'll probably IRL stream the bleach too. I just want to see what it looks like, low-key. Guys, Sarby barely has hair. Go easy with him. What are you fucking talking about? Are you calling me bald? Pretty fucked up of you. Bleaching is so tacky. You're tacky, Fender. Once bleached, you must Naruto run for us. Says who? Says who? Bald B is canon. No! I hate you all. Let's go to the update. Okay. Wow. A late update. July 17, 2026, 7 months later. Ooh. Okay. I'm just going to skip this because it's just a recap. I was upset because she took the money from our shared bank account, hid it from, and then lied when I... Okay, they meant hid it from me. Hid it from me and then lied when I found out what she had done. She was contributing 30 to 40% towards our rent and other expenses, and the money for her hair appointment and products came from our shared account. I was upset because money was tight and her spending so much made it difficult to pay for other things we needed. We ended up breaking up over her being so irresponsible with our finances and the fact that she lied to me. The tipping point came when I asked her to cancel her appointment to get her roots done because our rent was due. She told me she canceled it. However, she didn't. Does she think that she's just going to hide that? Like her girlfriend's not going to look at her head one day and be like, these roots are dyed. In order to pay our rent, we ended up not having enough money for food and her car payment. That was enough to end the relationship for me. Truthfully, I should have ended things immediately when I found out about the original hair appointment. Instead, I hung on for over 3 months and feel stupid because of that. I moved out of our flat in February, a week before our lease ended. My ex-girlfriend kept saying I was angry about her changing her hair and completely skipped over the fact that it was financially completely skipped over the fact that it was the financial irresponsibility that I was upset about. She messaged me once right after we broke up asking for money. I have blocked her everywhere. I haven't seen or spoken to her in months, and I don't plan to ever again. I just feel stupid for not ending the relationship immediately. You know what? At least you got out of there. You know what I'm saying? I think anybody who's listening to this who might relate to something like this, take notes, get the hell out early, but hey, girl, you're free. Insert meme of the chain breaking. Like, you got the fuck out of there. That's what I'm talking about. We got to take the wins when we can, chat. Yeah, that is so fucky. Low key, because y'all were saying this a bit in chat, I think the girlfriend's going through something. Whether it's like mental health related or just like, I don't know, midlife crisis related. How old was she? 27. So quarter life crisis related, I guess. She's going through something. Like something cracked in her. Or I don't know, maybe she's always exhibited this behavior or something, but how long were they together? Okay, OP never said. I'm curious. Because you guys were talking about, is this the lesbian U-Haul relationship type beat? Like, I'm curious, have y'all been together for, well, if it's a shared bank account, you got to think they've been together for a while, right? Like, you don't just get a shared bank account with someone right off the rip. I don't know. I guess I'm just curious and want more information on, like, was this relationship all hunky-dory and then she just decided to pivot one day? Or, like, have y'all been dating for 3 months? Lesbians move fast? That's so funny. I have a shared bank account with my girlfriend and we've been together for 6 months. Why? Do y'all live together already? Do we have a real life lesbian U-Haul relationship in here right now? Bella, give us the deets. You got the spotlight, queen. Me and my girlfriend got our shared account at 4 months. Never underestimate the lesbians. All right, fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Y'all scare me low-key. Not like that. Not like in a homophobic way. I mean, in like how fast you guys move in your relationships. I should just shut up. Do y'all live together? Like, that's so funny to me. I can't wrap my head around that. The power of lesbians compels Ben. You right. You right. Sarby, lesbophobic. You guys caught me. Red-handed. Red-handed. Hey, no worry. Bad social cues. Thanks for coming through. I love how y'all are like, someone clip that. As if y'all couldn't just clip that on your own. Yes, we do. We moved in after 3 months. You know what, Bella? I hope it works out for you, bro. That's so good. I can't imagine that. I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I just wouldn't want to open up a joint bank account with somebody 4 months into our relationship. Do you guys say I love you on the first date too? Bella, can you confirm or deny? How long did it take for you guys to say I love you? I need it. I need to know. I need to know. We made it official after 3 days of knowing each other, but don't worry, we also have separate accounts too, so yeah. Oh yeah, of course. You should, if you guys ever have shared bank accounts with anybody, you should always have separate ones as well. What's up, Emily? Y'all meant joint bank account? I thought you were talking about like Netflix or Disney Plus. No, so we're talking about finances. 2 weeks. I'm sorry, Bella. I really do hope your relationship works out. This is just so stereotypical, and I'm enjoying every little bit of it. They took away YouTube's ability to clip? Oh, I didn't even know that. That's kind of rude of YouTube, low-key. That's so funny. You know what, Bella? I hope it works out for you. But if it crashes and burns, make sure to put it in my subreddit. r/Sarby, link in the description. Editors, put this shit in. This is good. Oh man. I hope you prove me wrong, Bella. I hope there's instead of that post, you know what? If you guys get married, post a picture of it in my subreddit too. All right? Okay? And maybe, who knows, with the rate you're going, maybe that's in 2 months. Help, thank you for making my night. Thank you for sharing. I love hearing this shit, bro. I'm like, I love taking my sweet time in a relationship. Does he check YouTube chat? Nah, bro, fuck YouTube. Sarby will officiate, bro. That'd be so funny. Yo, you guys, if you guys came to Vegas to get eloped, I will officiate that shit. Oh, we have talked about that. Oh, dude, the stereotype is stereotyping, chat. I don't know what to tell you. He hates us. The Twitch chat bias is so real. Listen, y'all are like, the Twitch chat's making me a real Twitch boy, you know? I will say though, YouTube is consistently got more people in there than Twitch does. Although maybe Twitch is frozen. Sometimes Twitch freezes. Nope. Not frozen. Just low. All right, chat. Let's keep it going. All right. We're cooking. We're cooking. Damn. I spent way more time reading that than I thought I would. Kind of fucked up of me, chat. Can't even lie. Okay. We got another one, chat. We got another one. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 78 people watching, 43 likes. It's a little bit low, chat. I'm not going to lie. Can we get that to 50? If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to, if you guys are on the Twitch, make sure to follow no matter where you're at. Turn on the post notice so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. Here we go. I got a fridge lockbox, and it's destroying my relationship. Originally posted to r/relationship advice on August 10th, 2022. Some background, my boyfriend, 28 male, and I, 25 female, have been together for 5 years, lived together for 3. See, Bella, this is appropriate relationship length. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Bella. I'm not trying to throw shade. I like, you do you, queen. I just had to. I had to do it. I had to do it, bro. I had to. Sorry. Our relationship was great, truly. We have a joint account we contribute to monthly to handle joint expenses, rent, groceries, etc. Everything else is split. My boyfriend is 6'3", 200 pounds, and works out daily. He eats a lot to keep up his caloric intake, which is fine, except for this one issue. We buy snacks, and he always eats my half before I can even get to it. Normal food and ingredients he's fine with, but if it's quickly accessible, I'll never get any. We argue, he apologizes, rinse and repeat. This is literally the only bad thing he's done. Seriously. In all other aspects of our relationship, he's respectful and considerate. Snacks are where all bets are off. Anyways, last week, I lost it after he finished an expensive cheese we had gotten that I really was looking forward to eating. It was all gone after an hour. I lost my shit. I didn't speak to him for a day and ended up ordering a fridge lockbox. After our next snack run, a couple of days later, I divided each snack in half and locked mine in the lockbox. Wow, that just sounds so... Like, that just sounds so tiring, girl. Like, this man-child is making you do something that just, like, nobody should have to do in a relationship. From his reaction, you'd think I was murdering puppies. He said it was disrespectful and controlling, and how dare I keep food that he paid for from him. When I reminded him my money went into it too, he screamed that he didn't give a fuck and then left. Bro, it's just a bunch of snacks. Like, I couldn't imagine getting this upset over snacks, bro. It really isn't that deep. He slammed the door so hard a picture fell off of the wall and broke. He didn't come back until the next day, but that was to change for work and leave immediately. He came home late and went straight to the guest room. 4 days of this, I broke last night and asked him to please talk about it, and he said that he had nothing to say to me until I got rid of the lockbox. Honestly, I'm completely appalled at this reaction, and I'm genuinely worried he might be on drugs or having a mental break or something. Oh, yeah, he's probably on testosterone. Yeah. 6'3", 200 pounds, works out daily. Man-child, food aggression. Yeah, he for sure is on testosterone, girl. This is the most irrationally I've ever seen a grown man react. He's ignoring me only to randomly ask if I've gotten rid of the lockbox. I'm not getting rid of the lockbox. We're supposed to renew our lease next week. I'm considering cutting my losses and just leaving. Is this relationship even worth salvaging? Is there anything I can do to resolve this? He is refusing to communicate unless I get rid of the lockbox, which is not happening. Okay, we got relevant comments after that. But like, girl, I'm just of the firm belief that like, when people show you who they are, believe them. And if they can do it in this aspect of your relationship, they will continue to do this and then also do other really stupid and like annoying things. similar to this, like just the previous story we read about, or actually, you know what? I can't mention that because this is actually the first one. Sorry, I'm just thinking about like continuity of the video. Continuity, not continuity. Words are hard. Yeah, I don't know. I just think this is one of those examples where if he's doing this now, who's to say he won't continue to do this? His anger issues are definitely a concern for me. And I, like I said, seriously think he is on testosterone. If he values the gym that much, I'm guessing his anger is coming from a little bit of supplement help. Hey, see ya, Bella. Girl, just get out of this mess. I think so, too. I think at this point, you just cut your losses. Like, I think it even makes it worse that, like, this is a continued issue in their relationship, and he apologizes and then just keeps doing it. And then finally, when she sets up something so that he can't keep doing it, he gets this mad. Like, to me, that's telling me that he was just planning on saying, fuck you, I don't care that this annoys you. I'm just going to apologize every single time and keep taking advantage of the fact that, like, you don't really do anything and there's no consequences for me when I keep repeating the cycle of doing the thing that pisses you off. Like, you don't want a partner like that. If you tell someone, hey, this is really important to me that you not do this, you want a partner that goes, okay, like, maybe I don't get it on the first try. Maybe I mess it up here and there, but I'm going to make an effort to not do this to make you happy. Believe actions, not words. Yep. Chat, let's read these relevant comments. Oh. Okay, wait, let me read. Let me just skim these. None of them are OP responding to things. And sometimes they're just saying the same things that we are, so hold on. Okay, that one's not very important. Ooh, someone said entitlement is the root of abuse. Abuse isn't a specific checklist of behavior. It's a moral framework where the abusive person feels entitled to the victim. OP checkout, why does he do that? There are free PDFs online. Be careful. It's actually such a good point. Interesting. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to understand what this is. I mean, I don't think it makes sense for me to read this whole comment, but this commenter edited onto their comment, I believe. Wait, do you think he could be on steroids? They cause increase of appetite and mood problems. It can get very dangerous. I think that's what's going on right here. He probably at some point started taking steroids. He's irrationally angry and always hungry. Are his balls shriveling up? I guess that's the next question, you know? Hey, thank you for the $2 dodo cat. I didn't know it's been a year already. That's incredible. Congrats, cat. Thank you for hanging around for a year. I'm glad I could entertain for a year. Interesting. Okay, update, y'all. It's a long one. Strap in. Update posted 2 days later on the same post. Boyfriend kept staying out late and refusing to talk, so I tried to talk to my boyfriend about the lockbox again, and I mentioned that I didn't think the lockbox was the real issue, but he was a brick wall, insisting that it's abusive and controlling to deny him food. I kept pushing, asking if he was on drugs or cheating. I said him flipping out over something so small and staying out at all hours was suspicious as hell. I said that I thought he was using the lockbox as an excuse to be out of the house doing something bad. Me saying that unleashed an hours-long screaming tantrum that ultimately resulted in him throwing my MacBook against the wall and shattering it. Honestly, I really thought he was going to hurt me. Yeah, okay. You should have gone, we were saying get out before. Now it's like, please, for the love of God. You know? So yeah, called my dad, who called the cops. I don't want to get too into the legality of it, but I'm pressing charges for destruction of property. It was a $2,500 laptop. Yeah, them MacBooks ain't cheap, bro. Dad and my godfather moved me out yesterday, and I'm now looking for a new place. I don't have a lot except for clothes and a couple of kitchen appliances. I left the lockbox, but took my snacks with me because fuck him. I left it locked too. That's crazy. We love the pettiness, woman. We love the pettiness, girl. We love it. XBF has been spamming me. I'd block him, but I feel like I need this for evidence in case his behavior escalates. I texted him the first night that we are done, took our photos down, everything. He began ranting at me. Some gems. Raging about how I still didn't get rid of the lockbox. Asking for stuff he gifted me back. That's dumb and cowardly. Telling me I owe him money and rent for his new place. Beta male activity. That I owe him a car? Question mark. I have no idea why he would say this. I have never even driven his current car. Okay, that's delusional. And finally, that my MacBook was old and worthless and he wouldn't pay for a new one. I bought it last year brand new. Yeah, I think your boyfriend's fucking stupid. Yeah, you guys are saying it in chat. This is genuinely horrifying over some snacks. Like, how much of a baby back bitch do you have to be throwing this much of a tantrum over some fucking snacks? Get over it. Like, hey, man. I've literally never seen more loser activity. After about an hour, I guess he realized that we were actually broken up and he couldn't bitch me down anymore. Then came the paragraphs about how he was going to marry me. He loves me. He wants to be better for me. That I can keep the gifts and he'll buy me a better MacBook. He freaked out over seeing I took our photo. He freaked out over seeing I took our photo. He freaked out over seeing I took our pictures down from social media. He then started sending me screenshots of his Google searches for... He then started sending me screenshots of his Google searches of engagement rings and telling me to pick one. He also sent a couple of voice messages of him just sobbing. Oh, that's so pathetic. Oh my God. Yeah, bro, the more OP supplies, the more I'm like, yeah, he's totally on drugs. He's totally taking testosterone. He's taking steroids for sure. Any respect I had for him as a person is just completely gone. I want nothing to do with this man. I don't care if he's having a breakdown or on something. He's not my problem. I screenshotted his messages and forwarded them to... I screenshotted his messages and forwarded them to his mother. She can deal with her son. That's the most I'll ever do for him again. Normalize that. That's incredible. Hey, look at your bitch-ass son, bro. This guy's a fucking loser. As for me, I'll be okay. I have some savings, so taking on full rent for a place as well as deposit and fees won't be too much. This has been a weird week. I feel like I should be sad, but like I said, I lost all respect and don't feel anything but disdain for him. My parents have been buying me my favorite comfort snacks and being super supportive. Hey, at least you don't have to worry about your fuck-ass boyfriend stealing those comfort snacks. They're gently pushing for therapy, I agree, and I think it's probably a good idea. I'll start my search once I'm settled in a new place. Yeah, okay. A lot of these comments are kind of on the wavelength of what I was thinking of, like, is OP safe? Like, I'm genuinely concerned for her safety after hearing about this fuck ass, you know? I hate to say it, but he just doesn't sound like a guy who's just gonna let go of this situation. Not you guys saying text him pictures of your snacks he'll never have. That's crazy. That's wild. You just reply to the voice messages of him sobbing a video of you eating your snacks. Did she make a police report? I think she did. But, like, I'm guessing he's not gonna stay in jail for breaking a MacBook. Like, he probably got out on bail or something. Yeah, the mood swings is a very clear sign of mental psychological issues. I think so too. There's some hanky panky going on. Crazy. Reading these kinds of stories just makes me like feel better as a boyfriend. Like sometimes I ask my girlfriend, I'm like, "Hey, am I like being present enough for you? Am I giving you everything that you need?" And then I read stories like this and I'm like, "Okay, it could be so much worse." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I might not be perfect, but I'm doing okay, you know? Yeah, restraining orders. I think restraining orders are definitely due. You know? Not that that's, well, here's the thing with restraining orders too, you guys. One of the requirements of a restraining order is telling that person where you live. You know? Sarby is doing the bare minimum and he's 10 out of 10 boyfriend. All right, we do not do the bare minimum over here, bro. We go above and beyond the Call of Duty soap. Oh, man. The bar is subterranean, but you're doing great. Thanks. I appreciate that. Damn, Professor Cloudy in here. Where you been, Professor Cloudy? When's the last time you fed Beans? Literally right before. Actually, on stream. You guys literally saw me give him treats. Damn. You guys can't start spreading fucking rumors that I wear a wig, bro. That'd be crazy. You can ask for certain personal info redacted from the person being served a restraining order for your own protection. Just did one in the last month. Got to hide some of my stuff. Wow, I didn't know that. Could that be state by state dependent though, Maya? That'd be great if that's how it is now. Nah, Sarby chose a date with his girlfriend over a call with his mom. I think our boy Sarby is one of the good ones. Dude, anybody who chooses a call with their mom over a date with their girlfriend, just chop your balls off, dog. Like, what? Toupee? You're a toupee. Got him. Hold on, let me check the length of this one. Okay, this one's not too bad, chat. We can do one more updated story. I do need to go pith real quick. Oh, fuck. Ads just ran. Okay, let me go pee, and then we'll get back to it. Hold on. YouTube, like up the stream. We got 91 people over there, bro. Wait, who gifted 10? Who gifted? I'm holding my pee for this. Cat, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. YouTube, if you guys got a gifted membership from Cat, I need y'all to say thank you. Cat, thank you for always supporting. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. But yeah, guys, make sure if you got any gifted memberships, make sure to say thank you. Bella, thank you for the membership. Cat, thank you for the membership. Y'all are goated. Okay, let me go pee real quick, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take my phone so I can text my girlfriend. Oh, I am back. We be back, chat. All right. No lollygagging, no messing around. Where's the phone, bro? In my asshole. What the fuck do you think? Where does everybody keep their phones, huh? Soap, I hate that we're on the same wavelength. Same with nonchalant buzz down. You know that's a red flag. Enjoy the piss? I did enjoy the piss. That was nice. I'm nice and hydrated today, chat. All right, quit distracting me, y'all. Quit distracting me. Let's get it started. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure to like up the stream. We got 96 people watching, 64 likes. I know we could get that to 70, y'all. If you guys are on Twitch, make sure to follow. No matter where you're at, turn on the post notifications so you can be notified whenever I go live, baby. Here we go. My future in-laws are upset because my autistic nephews aren't invited to the wedding and my fiance won't even defend me. Interesting. Okay, we have a 24 female OP, 36 male fiance. Six male, 10 male, 13 male, and 17 male autistic nephews. Original post December 19th, 2014. To start out, I really love my future nephews and their disabilities don't have any effect on that. They are severely autistic and the two oldest ones are extremely violent. In parentheses, hitting, kicking, spitting, scratching, and pushing. Okay, I understand why you wouldn't want that at your wedding. And the 17-year-old also has several inappropriate sexual behaviors that he exhibits regularly. Yeah. Okay. Me personally, I understand. The two youngest ones are fairly low functioning and can't really speak, but can be fairly disruptive when they are overstimulated. The biggest problem comes in when the oldest two have meltdowns, in parentheses, caused by overstimulation in large groups of people, especially strangers, or when their schedule is disrupted. During my time around these two boys, I've been kicked, punched, shoved, spat, in parentheses, not drooled, on, bed, headbutted, and bitten. In parentheses, I had to go to the hospital to get it checked out. This was especially more common in the beginning of mine and my fiance's relationship because I was a stranger to the boys. It's decreased a little over time, but it still happens and I'm pretty small, around 5'2", 100 pounds, and they're pretty big. So when it happens, it knocks the wind out of me pretty badly. The 17-year-old also, the 17-year-old has also started started noticing, okay, sorry, just a weird way to put that. I need more water. My mouth is a little dry today. The 17-year-old has also started noticing his sexual feelings and has began taking them out on women anywhere near him, including me. He walks up and kisses women in the lips or grabs their butts or their breasts, and he's even tried to stick his hand down my pants before and take his clothes off and masturbates whenever he feels like it. I'm sorry. If I tell someone, hey, I don't want the risk of that happening at my wedding, and they get upset at me, like what the fuck is wrong with them? I've asked his parents and grandparents, the people they live with who will take care of them, if there's anything they can do or say to maybe encourage them not to do those things, and it just resulted in me being hated and yelled at for being insensitive to their issues and expecting them to know better when I know that they don't. Oh, okay, so they're just kind of like letting it happen and not at least trying to communicate to them that that's not something you should be doing. Okay, all right, okay, ouch. I've thought about trying to get them to stop using some methods that I read about, but I didn't want to make it any worse because I know that if I tried anything, it would result in more yelling and being berated and told that at least I don't have to deal with it every day. Like, I'm honestly, don't get me wrong, yeah, you guys are saying it, they're enabling him. Like, I'm more mad at the fucking parents and grandparents. Also, kind of curious, what is your fiance saying about all this shit? Surely he's standing up and being like, hey, I don't want this shit to happen to my fiance, right? I was being a little sarcastic because we know where this is going. Since we know what causes the boys to have meltdowns, my fiance and I decided to have a child-free wedding as to not specifically exclude the boys. When my future brother-in-law heard about the no kids rule, he immediately jumped on the defense and demanded that the boys be invited because normal kids will get to experience other weddings. They won't. When I tried explaining to him that it wasn't for just the boys again, When I tried explaining to him that it wasn't for just the boys, he wasn't having it. Then I tried explaining that the safety of the boys, in parentheses, I don't want them to be too overwhelmed and the venue isn't child friendly, and the guests at the wedding, about 350 people, holy shit, that's huge, was very important to me. I got berated and told how horrible and insensitive and evil of a person I was. They're threatening to not come to the wedding and have already started posting the passive-aggressive stuff on Facebook about the favorite auntie who thinks their autistic nephews are a burden because they aren't perfect. Now my fiance wants to allow them to come. I mean, girl. Come on. Like, Now my fiance wants to allow them to come, but not any other children, and he seems totally unconcerned about the guests who will be there, or even me for that matter. I'm honestly just thinking about calling off the wedding and possibly even my relationship with my fiance, as he never stands up for me and sometimes even joins in with telling me to just accept the things that come with the disease, no matter how bad they are. Girl, listen to your gut. Oh my God, please, please, I'm begging you, bro. This is your whole life, girl. You are in a unique time in your life where you're realizing that you're in a fucked up situation. Listen to that voice telling you that, girl. This is fucking weird. Not only him and his family, but the fact that he's fucking 34. Maybe 36? 36! Like, oh, that probably means they were dating when she was like 20, bro. Assuming that they dated for a long time. I don't know how much more I can deal with this in this situation as a whole, dealing with his Sorry, guys. OP keeps adding like random words in there that really shouldn't be in there. I don't know how much more I can deal with this situation as a whole, dealing with his family. I know this all sounds terrible on my end, and I honestly feel it really doesn't. I get it. Like, call me fucking crazy, but I get it. Like, I feel like you can love people who have severe autism while also setting a boundary for yourself of like, okay, on my special day, I foresee an issue with them being there, and I don't want to have to deal with that on the most stressful day of my life without that even being factored in. Like, I think because you're in this situation with these fucking awful people, you feel bad about feeling this way because they're gaslighting you. I know this all sounds terrible on my end, and I honestly feel bad for feeling this way because I know that they can't help it, and I feel bad for my future brother-in-law slash sister-in-law slash mother-in-law slash father-in-law, because I know that they are under tons of constant stress and don't really have many places to turn besides each other, but I really can't deal with this for the rest of my life. Am I wrong and insensitive in this situation, and is ending my relationship with my fiance and his family too drastic a measure for this problem? No. No. Girl, if anything, I don't think this is drastic enough. Like, I'm like, where's OP's family in this, bro? I feel so bad. It sounds like OP is just gaslit into oblivion right now. Holy shit. Just wow. Oh. Yeah, she's not wrong for wanting her wedding to be about her. Exactly. Yeah, OP is too young. I agree. Like, I think wait, what is happening right now? What's happening in the YouTube chat? I'm confused. Yeah, these parents are actually being very ableist themselves because they refuse to teach their kids what is and isn't okay just because they're autistic. I think that is the core of it. That is the core of just the situation in general. There's also just the fact that, like, I think this family, like, as a whole, knows that they can manipulate OP. Like, that's why the fiance is with her. is because she's young, impressionable, naive, and probably just defaults to whatever the older man has to say. And then now the whole family's fucking jumping in. Rebecca is saying that low functioning is an ableist term and she's being dogpiled over it. How am I supposed to help with that? I genuinely don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be helping with here, chat. Is that, I feel like I've heard that before. I feel like that's not, I don't even know. I'm autistic and that's stupid to dogpile on someone for. Listen, I don't think I should be the authority piece on this. That being said, I feel like it's another one of those like woke Karenism things where it's like, unless you're using it in a way that's like supposed to be like mean. Like if I called somebody low functioning as like an insult or something like that, that's where I would maybe be like, yeah, we should probably call that out and re-educate. But like referring, like it's what was it in the video? It was like handicap versus like accessibility or something like that. Like I just think that's such a woke Karenism thing. I don't think you should dogpile on people for that. Like I said, I don't think I'm the authority piece here. But I don't really support the dogpile there, me personally. Okay. As a SPED teacher, technically those are outdated terms. More modern terms are levels 1 through 3, and they're based on support levels. Okay, I'm not, like, you're not probably, you're right, I'm sure. Like, I'm assuming you're right. Me personally, I think it's weirder to be like, yeah, that's a level 3 autistic like, is that how you even say it? Like, me personally, I think low functioning and high functioning is like very blanket. And as long as you're not using it disrespectfully, I think it should be fine. Cause like, I don't know. Me personally, I would have never known that I'm supposed to refer to like someone's level of autism as like levels 1 through 3. Yeah, you guys are saying it. It kind of feels worse. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think it's terrible. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think we should dogpile anybody for saying low functioning. I mean, anti-ableist, like, I'm sorry, that is to me like woke Karenism. Listen, if that's how you want to live your life, you live your life just like any other Karen out there. But to me, it's like, that's not the big issue. You know, if people are using it derogatively, yeah, let's go after them. But like, if it's just like, oh yeah, because I'm pretty sure I've heard people refer to it as low functioning, high functioning, even if it's outdated. Like, obviously, people who grew up with that being the norm. Like, to me, that's just not. Like, to me, I would like for people to encourage people not to use the R slur. Like, I think that's much more important than, like, a minute change in language that, like, to me isn't really that offensive. I don't know. I think it's, like, kind of pointless. Like, let's put our focus on the things that, like, are important. Yes, but the basis why some people are upset about certain words is usually based on trauma. Don't get me wrong, like trauma, like I can't I I don't know. It's just like, to me, don't get me wrong, there's like valid trauma you should like work around and stuff. But if it's like, hey, this is how I grew up referring to stuff, and now you're trying to like dogpile, like Rebecca just got dogpiled for like referring to something as low functioning, which was pretty normal, I guess, like 5 to 10 years ago. And now it's outdated and for some reason a problem. Like, I just don't think that is like really what we should be focused on. Me personally. It's just a personal opinion. I could be wrong here, but I don't know. I'd much rather focus on, you know, yelling at people for saying R slurs. I think that's better. I say this as somebody, like, I'm not going around referring to people as like high functioning, low functioning, or anything like that. How recent is this change? Because I swear I was diagnosed with low functioning autism in 2024, so I'm just confused. Like, it really, guys, you guys are saying it's like the Asperger's and versus autism thing. It's like, I know people who still say they have Asperger's. I said Asperger's. I don't know. I just think, like, to me, it's such like a small thing that I think doesn't matter. And like, to me, that's a Karenism. Like, it's just like, in the grand scheme of things, I think there's other things that we could focus on that moves the needle more than like this thing that, like, I don't know. Me personally. Words are powerful things, but I think some people give them too much power. That's how I feel too, Ling. It's like, if you give the power of like that to somebody, like, I don't know. It's just like, to me, it's not worth getting so upset about. Hey, welcome to the stream, Ashley. Wait, did someone actually call my chat Nazis for that? Who the fuck did that? Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Is like, if you like jump on someone and call them a Nazi from that, like, I just think you're like, why? Oh, she was calling OP ableist for using low functioning. Oh. I mean, don't dogpile her on that, but I just don't think that's like, I just don't think that's worth it, bro. Like, I just don't think that's worth it, man. I really don't. I thought Rebecca was saying that she used low functioning and then chat dogpiled her. You're saying that Rebecca is dogpiling it? I just think that's such, to me, that's a Karenism, bro. I like, listen, you do you don't use it. I'm not going to use it, like, you know, but like, it to me, it's handicap versus accessible. To me, it's like, if you want to give those words power, fine, but like, don't walk around canceling people and calling them Nazis because they used a term that was like, that for some reason, like, it's just changed. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't saying it about everybody, OP specifically. And honestly, Rebecca, I think that's like the least of our concerns with OP. Like, I think the only thing I would maybe get mad at OP for is she referred to autism as the disease. Like, that's the only thing in my head that we should maybe get upset about with OP. I think getting upset about referring to low functioning, knowing for a fact that that is how they sometimes refer to it in, like, like with doctors and shit, is just, I think that's dumb. I think that's dumb. I just think, like, there's so many worse things to get. Like, handicap is less controversial than the functioning stuff. Okay. Like, bro, if you want to get your panties in a wad over it, do your thing. I just think it's dumb. Okay, we have to move on, y'all. Relevant comments here. First commenter, why on earth is your fiance not backing you up here? OP replies, he thinks that I'm wrong to feel the way I do because the boys can't help their disorders, and he thinks that I should get over it and not bother his brother and sister-in-law with it when there's nothing they can do about it anyways. And he's thrown out the "you chose to be a part of my family" thing, which is true, so he usually joins in on their side instead of mine. Okay, but like, they're also bringing you into the family, so like, what you want and need out of the relationship is equally as important. Like, this seems very one-sided. It's like, oh, well, you just have to put up with all of our shit instead of us trying to handle our shit so it doesn't affect you negatively. Okay, OOP added some info on the kids, specifically explaining the brother-in-law having 3 autistic children. The 17-year-old is their biological child, and the other 3 were adopted as babies. I should have added this earlier, but all of the adopted boys have other issues that were known at birth, which is how they ended up having 4 special needs children. I'm not exactly sure what those other disabilities are, though, as they mainly just... Oh, sorry. I'm not exactly sure what those other disabilities are, though, as they mainly just tell me... Oh, sorry. Nope, I read that wrong. I'm not exactly sure what those other disabilities are, though... Nope, I keep doing that. I feel like there should be a comma right here. That's fucking me up. I'm not exactly sure what those other disabilities are, though, as they mainly just tell me it's their autism when problems arise. Last question, are they in therapy? As far as I know, they are not in therapy, and I'm not sure if they've even checked out therapy or support groups. I once tried to suggest that maybe therapy would be a good thing to try out, and I got my head bitten off for telling them how to parent their kids and speaking on something I have no idea about. Then my fiance laid into me too, so all in all, they value anything I say on the situation as pretty much worthless, and they definitely aren't open to therapy. Like, bless their soul that they were willing to take in 3 adopted special needs kids, but they just sound like the absolute worst people to be taking in 3 plus having their own special needs children. Like, I feel like, am I crazy for saying like if you have, if their children have autism, sorry, if you have children that have as severe autism as they do, they should just be in therapy, blanket statement? Also, yeah, it's definitely abuse and neglect. That's how I feel too, bro. Like, you're not even giving these kids a fair shot at like being able to live, I don't know, as much of a like normal life as they possibly could, because you're enabling all the bad behaviors and just excusing it rather than trying to course correct and give them all the tools that they can have to like live a better life where they're not sexually assaulting people or causing harm to other people. It almost seems like a savior complex on the parents' part. Anti-ableist, I think you're cooking. I'm sure that's a majority of what it is. Like, it probably also does feel good for them to be like, oh, we just like put up with it and we deal with all these different things because we're just so good. Oh my God, I think you cooked, bro. Wild. Y'all, we got to wrap it up. We got to wrap it up, y'all. Let's see it. Please tell me she leaves Please tell me she calls off the wedding. Please. Update December 26, 2014, 1 week later. The day after I made this post, I basically already had my mind made up to leave my fiancé. Fiancé? I shouldn't do that. This mic is $400. I do not need to break this mic. If I broke this mic, I'd be kind of fucking pissed. I shouldn't be doing that shit. Imagine you guys are like, Sarby, the mic is fucking broke now. But now you guys are going to say that anyways. The day after I made the post, I basically already had my mind up to... The day after I made the post, I basically already had my mind made up to leave my fiance. In parentheses, I'd been thinking about it longer than I'd like to admit. But I decided to wait until the holidays were over so that the break wouldn't be as messy. Wait, so you, like, bought everybody presents? And then you're gonna fucking dip? Me personally, I'm saving a little bit of money. Well, I guess maybe the presents were already bought by that point. Okay, all right. We were discussing Christmas plans, and I told him that I would prefer to go to my family's house this year because I knew that if I joined his family, his brother / sister-in-law and their boys would be there, and I'd rather not disturb the boy's schedule or get yelled at by his family anymore. My fiance flipped his shit and began yelling at me for being selfish and thinking only of myself. God forbid she wants to fucking spend a Christmas with her family. I even told him why again, and he still kept yelling, all while name calling, and I lost it and started yelling too, and told him that I might want to spend time with his family if I wasn't abused and forced against a wall every single time I was near them. Oh, if I wasn't, sorry. And told him that I might want to spend time with his family if I wasn't abused and forced against a wall every time I was near them. Apparently, this was the most shocking news ever to him, and he couldn't believe that I felt that way. When he finally asked how I was being abused, I told him about all the things his family does and says to me, in parentheses, even though usually while he's present. And maybe I shouldn't have, but I also told him that I didn't want to be hit / kicked / spat on / groped by the boys for at least this one day. He somehow had no idea that I wasn't okay with this. Fellas, is it gay as a 36-year-old man not to know that your wife doesn't want to be groped / kicked / bitten / spat on? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Come on, bro. You're 36. You were not born yesterday. The fuck are you talking about? He somehow had no idea that I wasn't okay with this despite the fact that he witnesses it and I tell him every time it happens. Yeah, okay, so he's fucking dumb. He called me an awful see you next Tuesday for blaming them for doing things that they don't know aren't okay / that go along with their disabilities. And having no sympathy for selfless people in a physically / emotionally tough situation, which isn't at all what came out of my mouth in any way, shape, or form, in parentheses, and he knows that I know that the boys can't help it and that I've expressed both sympathy and understanding for his brother / sister-in-law. Ladies and gentlemen, what you get when you date a 36-year-old man as a 24-year-old. Like, girl, did it, like, there might be a reason why he's going after younger women and not women his own age. This is why. He's a fucking idiot. He left very soon after that, and immediately the phone calls and messages started coming in from his family. That's so fucking pathetic, bro. That's so pathetic. I can't even count how many worthless slash useless slash selfish slash evil slash pathetic bitches slash whores and see you next Tuesdays I was called. Then they even took it to Facebook and fabricated the story completely and twisted just about every word. Y'all, like, shoot me. Shoot me. If I ever get in, like, a disagreement with my partner and their first reaction is to sick their family on me, just take me out back, fucking Old Yeller my ass. Because I just don't want to be here. Like, my fiance came back the next day and apologized for the night before and asked if I was ready to suck it up and get over myself and just go to his family's house for Christmas. I stuck to my guns and told him that there was no way I was going back there and that I was spending the holidays with my family, whether he was going or not. And we got into another fight, in parentheses, solely about our relationship this time. And I told him about all of his selfishness, immaturity, in parentheses, in everything, disrespect, in parentheses, lying, name-calling, purposely doing slash saying things I'd asked him not to do, whininess whenever I wanted to go out with friends or family or have time by myself. He would pout and moan and groan and whine and call a billion times asking when I'd be home. And his total lack of balls when it came to defending me ever. What a fucking what a beta male of a man. I'm sorry, bro. If you can't handle your girl just like going out and doing shit and you're gonna fucking pout, moan, groan, whine, and call a billion times, like, you're just a bitch. Oh, Jesus. We went back and forth for quite a while, and at one point, I was finally done and kicked him out. In parentheses, it was my house to begin with. Damn, 36, bro. What? Damn, bro's 36 and the 24-year-old is the one with the house. I have to know what he did. I have to know what he did for work. Please tell me you're going to tell us. Kicked him out and told him that our relationship was over. Even after all of that, it was hard to leave him and I will still sort of miss him at all times. Oh, nope, sorry. And I will still sort of miss him at times, but it felt like the biggest weight in the world had been lifted off of my shoulders. And for the first time in the 4.5 years we'd been together, I felt like a free person. I feel bad for his family though, and especially the boys. You should not feel bad at all for the family. I agree with the boys, but you should feel bad for the boys because they have the worst parents ever. And especially the boys knowing what they have to go through. But I had to get out as it was only adding extra unneeded stress and hurt to everyone. It's still a mess right now with him having to come back and forth and get his belongings and canceling everything for the wedding. But I'm happy that it's over now and that I can move on and not feel completely awful about myself 24/7, even though my heart is still a little broken. Oh, I mean, this was fucking, what, 12 years ago? OP, I hope you're doing so much better. I hope you've healed. I hope you've come to realize how fucked up this family was. And I hope you found yourself not a fucking 36-year-old man trying to take advantage of a 24-year-old. Oh, please, anybody listening to this right now, if that's your situation, you gotta audit it, bro. I'm not saying that there can't be outlier situations where it works and whatever not, because, like, I feel like people do get mad every once in a while because that's their situation and they at least think that it's healthy, or maybe it is healthy. Like, but girl, I would venture to guess 99% of the time, that is not healthy. That is just not healthy. The girl is now 36. That's crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, bro. What a fucking man-child. They got together when she was 20. Oh my God, you're totally right, because it was 4.5 years. So he was 32 and she was 20. Like, that's just fucking icky, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's your situation and you think that's fine. I think that's gross. I don't think you should do that. Like, please, if you're 32 and you really want to date down, find yourself like a 25, 26-year-old. Please, at least draw the line there. Please. He knew what he was doing. I'm sure he did, bro. She couldn't even drink. That's heinous. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy, bro. Oh, where were her parents? I feel like if you're a parent and your kid's like, hey, I'm 20 and I'm dating a 32-year-old, you should be like, so let's. I'm sure those parents celebrated that Christmas. She dumped his ass. I hope so, man. I need to have faith that that's what happened, man. I'm 32 and the thought of dating a 20-year-old, no. I mean, I'm 28 and the thought of dating a 20-year-old, I'm like, ugh. 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 Shout out my cougar girlfriend. She's a year older than me. Oh, Sarby admits he's 32. I'm not 32. Oh. Alrighty, chat. Let me actually end the recording there so it's not super fucking long. Chat. I want to react to some videos now. We did good. We got through 3 updated stories. I think that's pretty fucking good for us. All right, chat. If you guys were not here for the beginning of the stream, I want to react to hopefully 2 videos. We might just do 1, but we'll see. We have online fetishes that ruin people's lives, and then we also have the trad wives found their new recruits, teenagers. Which one do you guys want to start with, chat? Which one do y'all want to start with? Pull it? Okay, I'll pull it, and then I'll also go fill my water. I'll let chat decide. Poll has been started on Twitch. Poll has been started on YouTube. All right. Y'all vote on the poll. I'm going to go pee. Or, no, I'm not going to go pee. I'm going to go fill up my water one more time. Damn, y'all really want the weird fetish video. Y'all freaky as hell. All right, that's what we'll start with, chat. Let's do it, y'all. Y'all are freaks wanting the weird fetish video, bro. Freaks for real, chat. Freaky deaky chat. All right, I see y'all. Okay, let's do it, y'all. Alrighty, chat. Online fetishes that ruin people's lives. Created by Wavy Web Surf. As always, guys, I link the original videos down in the description. Check them out. Yeah, this one kind of caught my eye. I was like, this guy seems to This guy seems to make good videos. I'm curious, bro. I'm curious what online fetishes are out here ruining lives. Oh, sorry guys. Forgot to turn on the audio on Google.
Looks maxing attempts gone wrong is a topic I've discussed previously on the channel, but
it do be the looks maxers.
What about when internet users purposely modify their bodies to look freakish? The freak maxers, as I like to call them, are a strange
Bro. That's crazy. Why would you do that? It's like that fucking like parody kung fu movie of the girl with the 3 boobs. What?
strange cohort, many of which with odd fetishes who have become infamous online for their often disastrous.
It's giving the Spy Kids movie. Am I wrong for saying that? What, like those little finger things? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong for saying that.
Disastrous efforts in modifying their bodies to achieve unconventional attention-grabbing looks. Many of the
I'm sorry. Did he use the Minecraft zombie sound effect?
modifying their bodies to achieve unconventional attention-grabbing.
That's crazy. That's kind of crazy, y'all.
Grabbing looks. Many of these freak maxers have ruined their lives in the process of gaining attention. From a 3-breasted woman scandal to amputating your own legs on purpose and going to prison for the crime of looking like a zombie, today we'll be discussing the disturbed and sometimes criminal exploits of the internet's most infamous freak maxers.
Criminal? All right, you got me hooked, bro. How the hell do you go to jail for some shit like that?
We used to be able to open a beer bottle with my boobs.
This woman was, it's a cry for attention.
We used to be able to open a beer bottle with my boobs.
This woman.
Fucking how? How in the hell do you open a beer bottle with your boobs? Also, if you could do that, why would you get a surgery that didn't allow you to do that anymore? Like, that's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, you guys are saying it like that's a neat party trick. If I could open a beer bottle with my boobs, I would be an alcoholic solely just to show people that shit.
Was, it's a cry for attention.
Are you faking it?
No, it's true. My surgery was recorded and it's gonna be on my show.
The tri-breasted woman scandal. When it comes to surgical looks maxing procedures for women, breast augmentation is a common pathway, and doctors will perform them eagerly with a varying degree of success. But one thing they will absolutely not do if they value their medical license is give a woman a third boob. So explain this.
She's an internet sensation, Jasmine Tridevil, the 21-year-old woman from Tampa who claims to have had a third breast implanted.
Of course she's from Florida. This all makes sense, y'all. This all makes perfect sense to me, bro.
Her video on YouTube has almost 1 million hits, and her pictures on Facebook have gone global.
Meet Alicia Hessler, better known online as Jasmine Tridevil, the internet's 3-breasted woman.
You guys should have given her 4 tits. That's just sick.
Tridevil hit the internet a little over a decade ago, showcasing her triple cannons across multiple platforms. The Florida-based massage therapist claimed after reaching out to dozens of different cosmetic surgeons that she finally found a doctor who was brave and crazy enough to install the extra breast. A claim that many online were shocked to learn, and some would outright try to disprove. From hidden thermal imaging cameras to airport espionage and more, this is when the internet and mainstream press became disturbingly obsessed with debunking a lady's third titty.
I mean, wouldn't that not come up on a thermal scan because it's not real, right? Like, there's no way well, I guess I don't know enough about that kind of surgery. Like, would they graft skin to create that boob? I was assuming that like the entire thing is like fake, but like maybe they're actually grafting skin for it. The word install got me. That's honestly appropriate wording for that. Hey, like you're not putting like, yes, I am getting a third boob installed on you. Like what?
Became disturbingly obsessed with debunking a lady's third titty.
Just so you know, I'm telling the truth. See? 3
Damn,
boobs.
back in the day was
Jasmine
just like the quality of stuff was just so much lower, bro.
Devil was first discovered online back in 2014 and almost immediately garnered a following thanks to her third middle boob and the bizarre story that came along with the boob. Jasmine claims she paid a plastic surgeon a lofty $20,000 sum to get the thing implanted, and she got the procedure for 2 somewhat controversial reasons. Reason 1 was literally that she knew the boob would make her famous, and the second reason was that she wanted to look, quote, unattractive to men.
I wanted
Honestly, can you fucking blame her? That's so fair, bestie. I get that one.
to make my
Second reason was that she wanted to look, quote, unattractive to men.
I wanted to make myself unattractive towards men sexually.
The 3-breasted YouTuber described herself as a dominatrix and would post content reflecting such a description, intentionally riling up the internet at every turn with provocative photo shoots and interviews.
I mean, I feel like that would do the opposite. Like, I was gonna say before I heard that segment right there, that, like, she's ahead of her time. Like, can you imagine if there was a tri-breasted OnlyFans girl? They would make so much money, I have no doubt in my mind. Like, I feel like I respect the hustle. I get it. If you're like, I want less men attention. But then why would you add one more of the thing that men are so obsessed with and then brand yourself in this way if you're trying to... Do y'all, like, the disconnect is missing for me.
If I go
Riling up the internet at every turn with provocative photo shoots and interviews.
if I go to a park where there's children, parents will give me dirty looks. It's like beyond ridiculous how dramatic some of these people are. But then if I go to a bar, it seems like everybody likes it. Everybody gets in line for a picture. It's like a paparazzi, they don't stop.
Tri-Devil's outrageous appendage and online behavior drew the ire of pundits and online gawkers around the United States. This was like Bonnie Blue fucking 1,000 guys in one night, but the more innocuous early internet version of it. And kind of like Miss Blue's recent pregnancy claims, in the case of Jasmine,
I can't believe this is how I'm learning that Bonnie Blue is pregnant. Yeah, you guys are saying it. I'm kind of understandable if like parents are like, what are you doing at a children's park, bro? I feel like you can't walk around being like, oh wow, people had weird reactions to my tri-boob. Like, yeah, dude. Like, I for sure would do a double take. I'd be like, you know? And I like to think I'm respectful, but like, you just don't see that every day.
version of it. And kind of like Miss Blue's recent pregnancy claims, in the case of Jasmine here, hoax allegations quickly bubbled up.
I definitely think this is a hoax, and the facts certainly point to that. This woman it's a cry for attention. Is what she did any different than Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton putting out sex tapes, or Miley Cyrus and all the sensationalist things she's done? These young women learn from stars like this. It creates this culture of people just seeking fame and doing really crazy things.
It's kind of funny looking back to 2014 and seeing how
I don't think that's a bad take, Loki. Yeah, I'm sure back in the early days, people were like, oh, Kim Kardashian's doing crazy shit for views. So should I.
Seeking fame and doing really crazy things.
It's kind of funny looking back to 2014 and seeing how much attention was given to a woman saying she had a third breast implanted. A claim like that in 2026 wouldn't even get a viral tweet. It goes to show you how much smaller the internet was even 10 years ago. I mean, three-breasted woman, that's an all hands on deck scenario back then. Everyone's parasocially investigating this chick for weeks on end. Simpler times, man.
I low-key think that would be crazy even nowadays. I think if someone got a tri-boob surgery, that would be the talk of the town. Like, I can already see the posts from meme accounts. You know, they'll do like the news thing and that like, I don't know, me personally, I think that would be just as wild out and outrageous today.
There was good reason to suspect a hoax here because, well, at the time, there was no record of a licensed doctor providing a third boob implant, like it had never been attempted in history. The American Board of Plastic Surgeons Code of Conduct demands that no operation must be carried out without the, quote, full respect for human dignity, and procedures must, quote, enhance the norm. Which this is most certainly not enhancing the norm. No self-respecting surgeon would perform something like this, and a back alley hatchet man would likely not be able to make them look so...
Am I crazy or does she have a lazy eye? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Triple boob and lazy eye, that is a crazy combo.
Symmetrical, if you know. And a back alley hatchet man would likely not be able to make them look so symmetrical, if you know what I mean. Which, of course...
Okay, I was gonna say, if someone wants a third boob, is it really that unethical to give them the thing that they want? I don't know. I'm curious to hear how this like ruined their lives, but like, I don't know. Assuming that like nothing bad happens and she doesn't get like infected by it or something like that. Like, I'm kind of sitting here like, let the girl have her third boob. Yeah, if it negatively impacts their health, I'm all for it. But like, is it really? I don't really see here how it can cause harm, but maybe it will. Maybe it will. It didn't look infected. That's how I feel.
And would like,
yeah, people get horn implants. Like, to me, I don't think this is. I think this might be the most crazy, like, visual. People don't do this type shit that we've seen in a while, but I don't think it's that crazy. Tattooed eyeballs, yes. That's how I, like, that to me is a little bit wilder than, hey, I just want a third one of these, you know? Two's fun, but have you ever heard of three?
Likely not be able to make them look so symmetrical, if you know what I mean. Which of course begs the question, was Jasmine a big fat phony lying for attention? I mean, that would be unthinkable, right? Nobody on the internet has ever done something like that before.
Was it a
Would
lie?
you be willing in the future to prove, or do you feel like you need to prove it?
I don't feel like I need to prove it.
And why is that?
Because I know my tits are real. That's all that matters.
There was without a doubt some major shyst hovering around old Jazzy here. She was really allergic to providing proof, not producing any medical records or surgeon names when asked. And when folks requested, let's just say, up and close, personal, tangible evidence, she'd only allow unconvincing quick glimpses of the triple teat.
And when we asked to see her third breast,
Can you
Kinda
hold it up
does
a
look a
little
little
longer so we
fake
can get a
there,
better
can't
shot of it?
I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Something else that wasn't helping Jasmine's case in terms of not being an attention-seeking hoaxer was that she often denied interviews if the interviewer sought to ask questions about her procedure. She would only accept interviews if the topic was about a reality show that she wanted to start. Jasmine had convinced herself that this boob was about to land her a lucrative TV deal, and she promised everyone everything about the boob would be explained in her TV show. Yeah, I'm fucking sure.
So you're starting a reality show, you say, but you don't. I mean,
Getting a tri-boob? What kind of reality show would that even be for? My life as a tri-boob woman. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, I'm honestly, the more and more I was looking at that shit, I think it's fake. It has to be fake, right?
I'm fucking sure.
so you're starting a reality show, you say, but you don't. I mean, do you know what network this is going to be on, or are you just hoping that someone picks up this reality show?
My goal is to get it on MTV.
Your goal is to get it on MTV.
Yeah, and if I can't get it on a network, I'll put it on YouTube, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to get on a network.
And do you have a name for this reality show, like the girl with 3 boobs, or I mean, have you thought that far ahead yet?
Jasmine's Jug.
So far, everything was
I can't lie, that's kind of fucking funny. Welcome back to another episode of Jasmine's Jugs. not pimp my cleavage. Oh my god. Wow. Just wow.
going to plan for
Yet.
Jasmine's Jug.
So far, everything was going to plan for Jasmine. Yeah, she had her skeptics and haters, but the third boob had made her one of the most viral internet figures of 2014. If her goal was fame, that third boob helped her get it. So what happens when that third boob is seemingly proven to be fake? And not like she just got fake tits fake, we're talking like the shit was glued on kind of fake. The airport incident. The beginning of the end for Jasmine began on a day in September of 2014. There was an incident at Tampa International Airport involving a thief who had stolen a bunch of luggage from an American Airlines conveyor belt. According to reports, one of these stolen luggage bags belonged to Jasmine. The thief was reported, and thankfully on September 16th, the cops managed to find and detain the culprit after identifying them on CCTV surveillance footage.
No fucking way. No fucking way this is how she gets caught, from some random person stealing luggage at an airport.
Because there was a crime, a public incident report had been created, and the report had a list of inventoried items found within the stolen bags. According to several media outlets that subsequently pulled these public records, one of the items that was found in Jasmine's bag was a 3-breast prosthesis, marked by the owner as being valued at $5,000. Well, Jasmine.
Sorry. That was a crazy noise that just came out of my mouth there. Like, not the titty. Can you imagine being that guy? Can you imagine being the guy who stole the luggage? Just like, yeah, bro, I can't wait to fit. I can't wait to see what I find in this fucking suitcase I stole. Holy shit. like, bro. Yeah, that's a plot twist, y'all. All 3 of them being fake? Wild. Triple booby hostage. You right? That's so good.
Marked by the owner as being valued at $5,000. Well, Jasmine, what do we have here?
At her Tampa home, Hessler beeline for her front door.
Are you faking it?
No, it's true. My surgery was recorded and it's going to be on my show.
The prosthetic in the luggage, the implication is pretty obvious. It suggests that her entire boob job story was fake and that she was a crazy attention whore wearing a prosthetic boob to look freakish for clout. I mean, how else do we explain it? Jasmine would most certainly attempt to, giving at least 2 different stories to try to rationalize the existence of the prosthetic in her bag.
I can't believe they keep using this photo, bro. Just sends me to the atmosphere every single fucking time.
To one outlet, she reportedly claimed that her surgeon told her to wear the prosthesis before her boob procedure in case she changed her mind. You know, try it out in public to see how it feels with 3 boobs. And that she simply still carried around the prosthetic even after having the surgery. Which makes—
Yeah, girl, give it up. Nobody's believing that shit. Listen, it was a good bit. Like, I honestly am not a fan of how much he's, like, dogging on this girl. Because, like, game is game. I get it. Back in the day when social media wasn't developed, you had to do some crazy shit to get famous. Honestly, I respect it. I respect it. She's ahead of her time. I guarantee there's some OnlyFans girl watching this right now. Like, hold on. I could fucking do this and not suffer the repercussions that she's dealing with. Hustle's hustle, baby.
that she simply still carried around the prosthetic even after having the surgery, which makes absolutely no sense. In another interview, she claimed that she had a fan offer her $500 to get a mold of her chest, and that was what that prosthetic was.
I had a fan offer me $500 to...
Not the Four Loko! That's probably the authentic shit too, bro. That's an authentic Four Loko she's ripping. You know what, chat? Call me crazy. I don't fucking hate her. I dig the brand. Oh. You know, yeah, what a visionary you are, Miss Jasmine. That's how I feel. I feel like she was just ahead of her time, bro. If she was doing this shit today, she would be making millions.
Get a mold of my
Was.
I had a fan offer me $500 to get a mold of my chest.
All I'm saying is that people who provide completely different explanations for something when asked by a different person at a different time, they typically aren't telling the truth. At this point, it goes without saying that her third boob grift was on life support. All it would take would be another light tap to her credibility, and most would see Jasmine as a complete hoax artist. And well, we'd get more than a light tap, as an unhinged German would go out of his way to deliver the kill shot to the Tri-Devil scheme. Knowing how much Jasmine craved attention, a German TV producer by the name of Hans Hubner had reached out to her, offering to—
He looks like such a douchebag. Look at him. Does he also have a lazy eye? Do I have a lazy eye?
A German TV producer by the name of Hans Hubner had reached out to her, offering to meet up for an interview that would seemingly go on TV or be published online. Jasmine agreed, but Hans had something devious up his sleeve for the meeting. Hans was keen on busting the third boob claim once and for all, and prior to the interview, this dude set up what's been described as a $100 thermal camera purchased from Home Depot. He set up this thermal camera and directed it at where Jasmine would be sat. During their interview, the thermal camera recorded heat signatures from her body, which he reviewed after the whole thing wrapped up. And well, let's just say there was a bit of a problem for Jazzy because, well, right where that third boob was sitting, there was a giant unmistakable cold spot. And anybody who has ever grabbed a voluptuous breast knows them things ain't cold in the slightest.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. Now I'm just thinking about the logistics of, like, if this were done, would that boob be warm? I just don't know enough about plastic surgery, but, like, I'd assume that it has to be fake, right? Would it, because, like, I'm trying to think, bro. Like, if I got a fucking another boob put right here, like, how would that even... I'm just assuming it would be made with, like, fake material. Would they graft my skin? I just genuinely don't know. And then would that skin appear hot? Yes, because it would have blood supply. That's a good point. Good talk. Dude, how would you even do that? Now I need to see a video about a guy, like a plastic surgeon being like, this is possible or not possible. Like, I need to know if somebody could actually make the tri-boob happen. Yes, because skin and blood, some boob procedures, and some body fat. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. They could just, like, it almost, oh my God, is it like a tummy tuck where they, like, suck the fat out? Could, like, or no, that's not a tummy tuck. The one where they, liposuction. That's what I'm thinking of. Bro, what if I just liposucked all the fucking tummy fat I got, and I just came out with a third boob? I feel like at that point, I have to open up an OnlyFans, right? That's crazy. Okay.
While I wouldn't chew his breast, knows them things ain't cold in the slightest. While I wouldn't call this ethically questionable acquired evidence concrete, it's fair to say that the gig was up.
I'm telling you right now, I'm real, and I don't care if you don't believe me.
Jasmine had been thoroughly exposed as a hoax artist. There was no surgery that installed a third breast, it was just a prosthetic in the hands of a fame-seeking Florida woman. After being exposed, some accused Miss Tri-Devil of outright fraud. Now, I'd maybe agree with them here, but what...
I mean, I think if people were paying her for things based off of her being a tri-boob, I think that does count. Right? That's how I feel like it could be fraud.
Some accuse Miss Tri-Devil of outright fraud. Now, I'd maybe agree with them here, but what money did she actually make from perpetrating this? As far as I'm aware, none. This wasn't a big money maker by any stretch, more like elite unemployed behavior, if you ask me. With her claim to fame exposed as nothing more than a prosthetic, Jasmine faded into irrelevancy and was ridiculed for many years online. The treatment of her on the internet was brutal for some time, and the humiliation was real. She still even tried to desperately cling on to the third boob claim for a bit, but while it took her some time, she would eventually come clean about not having a third implant, albeit in a roundabout way. For example, on her Alicia Hessler channel, which I'll remind you is Jasmine's real name, she uploaded a video on September 30th, 2015, where she's clearly not wearing the prosthetic, and it's very clear that she has
What am I looking at right now? What am I looking at right now, bro?
where she's clearly not wearing the prosthetic, and it's very clear that she has two normal, well-endowed breasts, not three. Jasmine's big lie has certainly followed her over the years, and I could only imagine that having this sort of baggage has affected her life negatively in many ways, be it careers, relationships, what have you. It's literally impossible to escape something like this when most of it happened online, and I think she has reckoned with this fact. She actually has seemingly decided to lean into her old persona. I mean, what's there to really lose at this point?
This is scary. This is like, girl, get your bag, I guess, but this is scary, bro. I'm just trying to see, like, where this must be an insane fucking prosthetic. I can't see shit, and the quality's so much better now. This looks uncanny valley to me. I agree.
Decided to lean into her old persona. I mean, what's there to really lose at this point? In 2017, Jasmine would begin uploading music to her YouTube channel, which is called Tri-Devil, embracing the three-boobed lady look as an
Okay, that looks so like, come on, bro. Like, come on. That even I can tell that's fake. I've never even seen boobies a day in my life. I'm a good Christian little boy. I'm saving myself for marriage. What are you guys talking about?
YouTube channel, which is called Tri-Devil, embracing the three-boobed lady look as an entertainment alter ego of sorts. And you might be surprised to find that despite her being known as the fake three-boob lady,
Bro, why does that look like that fucking blobfish? You know what I'm talking? You guys know what I'm talking about? like, like, come on, come on, bro. Like, you can't tell me that. Oh, wrong one. Like, you can't tell me that. Come on, man. Come on, don't play with me. Tell me that's not insanely accurate comms. Oh my God.
there are people out there who are that despite her being known as the fake three-boob lady, there are people out there who are fans of her. She actually maintains a niche following to this day. You really have to appreciate her dedication to the bit. A final note to this case that I want to talk about is that a few years ago, Jasmine tried to get a third boob installed for real this time. Yeah, she never met this goal, and as far as I know, never got the procedure.
$70,000? She must not be marketing herself correctly, because I feel like you could make a whole thing out of being like, I want a third boob. Help me get my third boob. And the internet would be like, fuck it, bro. That's so funny. Like, I'm sorry. I kind of just want to see it. Am I crazy for that? Someone getting like a legitimate third boob would be so fucking funny. Like, to me, it's not even a sexual thing. It's just objectively funny, bro. I'd give $10 to a third boob. You know what, MBM? I agree. I think for science, it just has to happen, right? Like, who's that really famous plastic surgeon? He was on TikTok for a while. Get his ass on it. What was his name, y'all? Not Dr. Mike. Dr. Miami! Yes! Dr. Miami, we need you! Get my home skilly vanilly Jasmine a third boob, baby!
Which I have to say is probably for the best. But I just have to know never installed for real this time. Yeah, she never met this goal, and as far as I know, never got the procedure, which I have to say is probably for the best. But I just have to comment, like, Jasmine, you really were ahead of your time. The do anything for attention and fame angle is pretty much status quo in today's internet. And if something like OF existed in her time online, there's no doubt in my mind that this girl would have become like a multi-millionaire. That's not me just being a gooner, it's the fucking truth of the situation. Like, she has a—
I agree. Like I said, I think if she did this now and was good at marketing, like, there's no way that this wouldn't go absolutely insanely viral.
OF now, but that's not me just being a gooner, it's the fucking truth of the situation. Like, she has an OF now, but it's nowhere as big as it would have been if this came out during the hoax when it was breaking, you know what I mean? When becoming obsessed with fame and a truly bizarre tri-chested look essentially derails your entire life and makes you a national pariah, that was the story of Jasmine Tri-Devil, the three-breasted lady. When researching a top—
I feel like this is crazy. Sorry, this is my content creator brain going burr. I feel like if she started a series on like TikTok called like posting every day until I have enough money for my tri-boob surgery, like, that would go so fucking dummy thick. Like, are you kidding me? What a fucking hook. You have text on screen posting every day until I have enough money for a third boob. I'm hooked. I'm invested. I'm trying. How can I support, bro? I need that for science. 3, 2 is already too many. That's what I'm saying, man. But like, hey, if she wants that back pain, who are we to stop her?
This Jasmine Tri-Devil, the three-breasted lady. When researching a topic this salacious in nature, I used Obscura VPN to hide my
VPN time.
and they are functional, and few of them actually keep you for a VPN. That's only investigators a month. Big thanks to Obscura VPN for sponsoring today's video.
According to investigators, Hopper falsely represented to insurers that his leg amputations were due to sepsis.
The case of Dr. Hopper, the leg chopper. All right, guys, it's about to get really fucked. Folks online get...
Yeah, I was gonna say, by the way, I actually didn't think that one was that fucked, nor do I think it really ruined her life that bad. Like, girl got her 15 minutes of fame. That's kind of funny, you know? I respect the hustle, bro. She knew that she wanted one thing, and she actually came up with a pretty good idea to do it. It's about time for boobs maxing. That's what I'm saying, bro. W boobs maxer.
All right, guys, it's about to get really fucked. Folks online get pretty freaky with their fetishes, but I struggle to think of someone who has taken it further than the doctor with an amputation fetish, a sexual proclivity that landed him in prison. Here we go, I guess. 49-year-old British vascular surgeon Dr. Andrew Neil Hopper had worked at the Royal Cornwall Hospital since 2013, performing a number of surgeries and amputations over the years. And after some strange circumstances, this surgeon would find himself under the knife as well. On April 17, 2019, after returning from a family camping trip, Hopper was found in his home with life-threatening wounds on his legs. His legs were badly discolored, blackened, and blue, with him appearing to have suffered a severe freak vascular injury in both legs simultaneously.
I thought I was sort of getting better, but felt a bit achy, so I took a couple of paracetamol and a glass of whiskey and went to bed. My wife had tried to phone me, and I'd spoke gibberish down the phone to her.
Neil had contracted sepsis and the infection was attacking his feet. Okay, how did that happen, though? I feel very confused. Like, what's the whole story here?
I looked down and I could see that my feet were blue.
In what doctors believe to be a rare form of sepsis, Hopper was taken to the hospital where staff worked for 6 weeks trying to save his mysteriously ailing limbs, but their efforts were to no avail. And eventually the decision was made to amputate both limbs below the knee on May 17, 2019. Chop chop. A complete nightmare for any normal person, but as you'll soon come to find, the doctor was, let's just say, built different. He didn't think things were too bad at all. After getting
It's a crazy way to put that.
was, let's just say, built different. He didn't think things were too bad at all. After getting his legs cut off from the mysterious illness, Hopper went on to secure close to £630,000 in insurance payouts, which was a major financial boon for him. But this payout wasn't the only thing Hopper was excited about at the time. The man actually seemed to revel in his amputee status. He seemingly liked being legless. Shortly after his legs were removed, the man created a YouTube page where he would frequently post about life as an amputee, covering everything from dealing with phantom pains, the process of getting prosthetics, returning to work, going on hikes, etc. He'd post tons of content. Now, I'm not saying that...
Not the James Bond music. See, this one is severely more fucked up. Because this is like at least with the tri-boob thing, that is just like something that is like additive that I don't really think it like hurts anybody. This to me is like, bro, if you were this excited about something that like for some people is like a devastating thing, that's just evil, man.
Now, I'm not saying that you can't be positive in light of something like this, but there was a great deal of misplaced enthusiasm in these videos, and his exuberance to what would be a traumatizing life experience for most people was just odd, to put it lightly. While most would want privacy while adjusting to their new way of life, Dr. Hopper actively sought out media opportunities to share his experience as an amputee. Not just making YouTube videos, but upon returning to work, he invited a team of BBC journalists to follow him around the hospital. The whole idea was that it was like this inspiring story of a guy who had suffered a tragic medical situation, and he's overcoming this newfound disability and living a normal life again, even thriving, you could say.
It's giving those spouses that when their partner dies, they like try to reach out and get on media interviews to like make themselves look less guilty, and then eventually you find out that they were the ones that actually killed their spouse.
Newfound disability and living a normal life again, even thriving, you could say. Dr. Hopper would become a minor celebrity and inspirational figure within Britain, frequently appearing on television for interviews, and most applauded his grit and determination despite the amputations. But this revelry of Dr. Hopper would soon be revealed as misplaced, as the sickening truth behind this guy and his amputations came to light. Sepsis wasn't the cause. It was much dirtier than that. The collapse of Hopper's apparent scheme begins as British authorities were investigating a Norwegian man named Marius Gustafsson. Gustafsson owned and operated an illegal website called Eunuch Maker. And for those of you who don't know, a eunuch, that refers to a male who has been castrated. And this
Whoa. A eunuch is a boy or man who's been castrated. Throughout history, castration often served a special social function. The earliest records for initial castration were to produce eunuchs are from the Sumerian city of Lagash in the 2nd millennium BC. Over the millennia since, they've performed a wide variety of functions in many different cultures. Courtiers or equivalent domestics for espionage or clandestine operations. Castrato singers. I've actually heard of that one. It's so that they can like hit the higher notes. Concubines or sexual partners, religious specialists, soldiers, royal guards, government officials, and guardians of women or haram servants. Wow. Ugh.
No, a eunuch, that refers to a male who has been castrated. And this website, Eunuch Maker, well, it was a site that essentially distributed illegal red room fetish-style videos of people amputating parts of their bodies. Think BME Pain Olympics, but actually real. Gustafsson's operation was downright diabolical.
I've never understood gore. Like, I was never that kid on, like, Live Leak, like, deep dive. That just makes my skin crawl. Like, same reason I don't watch horror movies, bro. I know that shit's fake and I can't watch it, let alone, like, the real thing. It's,
but actually real. Gustafsson's operation was downright diabolical. The man allegedly recruited a team of back alley street surgeons with no medical experience or training to participate in what has been described as a little short of human butchery. These hatchet men performed unsanctioned body modifications on willing and sometimes unwilling participants. Limb amputations and penis removals being some of the most sought-after procedures watchable on his website. One victim of Marius's machinations was a boy as young as 16 years old, who would later claim to law enforcement that he was tricked into a procedure by Gustafsson's goons while under the influence of drugs. It was a truly depraved
I can't believe they're like people are this fucked up, bro. Just disgusting. Like, why are humans so fucking gross?
Gustafsson's goons while under the influence of drugs. It was a truly depraved operation devoid of any sense of morality or ethics, just pure evil for profit. These gruesome videos would be set behind a paywall, and twisted consumers paid hand over fist for these dark web style videos. Sources say that Gustafsson was making good money on these gruesome acts, reportedly profiting close to £300,000 in the 4 years that his
I'm sorry, he also has fucked up eyes. What is up with these people with weird fetishes having fucked up eyes? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Tell me I'm wrong.
site Max, reportedly profiting close to 300,000 pounds in the 4 years that his site was operating between 2017
wait,
and
what? Hold on.
Gustafsson was making good money on these gruesome acts, reportedly profiting close to 300,000 pounds in the 4 years that his site was operating between 2017 and 2021. And one contributor to this guy's ill-gotten profits.
That's so disgusting, bro. That's so $300,000. Like, I'm assuming there were a lot of people paying for this shit.
2017 and 2021. And one contributor to this guy's ill-gotten profits, well, you can look no further than Dr. Andrew Neil Hopper. You see, Hopper was a paying customer of Eunuch Maker, reportedly buying multiple videos from the website, videos that showed men willingly having their genitals removed. Hopper had a sexual fetish regarding amputation, and after viewing a great deal of this content online, he personally reached out to Gustafsson as a confidant, seemingly expressing the desire to have his own legs cut off, and asked how he should go about it. It's kind of wild that you got a vascular surgeon asking a back alley butchery operator how to amputate a leg, but the idea is Gustafsson knew how to go about it outside of a medical setting, so that's why I presume Hopper is asking him. Needless to say, the website owner was more than eager to help the doctor with his fetish of becoming legless. The doctor would go on to exchange over 5,000 messages and emails with the depraved administrator, the topic of these conversations often discussing how he could damage his own legs to trigger the need for an amputation, which could then be performed in a normal medical setting like an actual hospital. Gustafsson allegedly told the doctor that he had had success with a dry ice method, which involved freezing the subject's legs and forcing subsequent amputation. And so
What kind of sick people are doing this shit, man? That's Yeah, you guys are saying it in chat. Like, it is wild that this was somebody's doctor. Like, can you imagine the doctor that you went to for like a surgery or some shit? This is what he's into and this is what he's paying for? Oh, it's so, like, I feel so gross right now, chat.
Which involved freezing the subject's legs and forcing subsequent amputation. And so it was decided that Hopper was going to cause severe vascular damage to his own legs by soaking them in dry ice. 3 days before paramedics found the doctor at his home with injuries to his legs and feet that we discussed at the start of this story, Dr. Hopper used PayPal to buy around 44 pounds of dry ice pellets, and the man froze his own legs until there was no blood flow and permanent vascular damage had set in. This maniac just popsicled the shit to the point of amputation being required. There's no other.
So, and granted, I don't know much about medical stuff, but why wasn't this identified earlier? Like, did they just assume that his legs randomly went into sepsis like this? Is that like a thing that happens? He left a paper trail 10 miles long. He really did. I'm just so confused. Like, the police found this man with his legs in disarray and they never were like, hey, what's going on there? They likely assumed it was from an underlying cause. Huh. Okay. I don't know enough about medical stuff. I just feel like I don't know. I don't know anything about sepsis really, so I'm probably not the authority figure on like figuring that out, but that just seems weird to me.
Other way, maniac just popsicled the shit to the point of amputation being required. There's no other way to put it. This guy cut off his own legs on purpose for the fulfillment of a sexual fetish and then got to live out that fetish and, brag about how he'd adapted to his life as a disabled person on YouTube and in the national press. And let's not forget he got a massive $600K insurance payout for an injury that he enacted upon himself.
Oh yeah, he's going to jail for that, right? That's insurance fraud for sure.
Investigations payout for an injury that he enacted upon himself. Further investigation was initiated on Hopper, where it was revealed the doctor had spent this money in grandiose fashion. 255,000 pounds went to home renovations, 15,000 for a luxurious hot tub, 22K for a camper van, 13,000 on prosthetics, and 52K was given to his wife as a gift, just enriching himself and his family with this disgusting fetish surgery. When Dr. Hopper was exposed in connection with Gustafson's eunuch maker site, the doc was arrested in March of 2023 on charges of fraud by false representation and possession of extreme pornographic images. The public...
Okay. That seems fair. Wow. I couldn't imagine that, bro. I don't think there's any, and granted it's like a fetish, so like kind of different. I don't think you could give me any amount of money for me to justify cutting off my legs. I just that sounds terrible. Ugh.
Public representation and possession of extreme pornographic images. The public reaction to his case was disgust. I mean, this guy was a practicing vascular surgeon throughout all of it. A field of medicine that frequently deals in amputations. You have to wonder, this guy having a sexual fetish towards amputations, how many unnecessary or potentially savable limbs did he cut off to satisfy his sexual proclivities? When it came...
Holy shit, I didn't even think about that. Holy shit. I can't believe Miss Jasmine is being put on the same category as this whole thing. That's how I feel too, Kat. I'm like, we just went on like different ends of the spectrum. Like Jasmine was just trying to get famous and bamboozle some people. Should she have done that? Maybe not. This is evil and illegal and just awful, bro. Like, Jesus, let Jasmine get her bag. This guy should get all full focus of hate from the internet.
Potentially savable limbs that he cut off to satisfy his sexual proclivities. When it came time for trial, the senior prosecutor didn't mince words in regards to Hopper's activity. The senior Crown prosecutor, Richard Parkhouse, said this: Hopper has a sexual fetish linked to amputation and paid to access these images for his own gratification. In his communications with the owner of the website, the truth about Hopper's own injuries was revealed, that the damage that led to his double leg amputations had been self-inflicted. Hopper failed to disclose this act when making 2 insurance claims for his injuries and fraudulently pocketed almost £500,000. Considering the allegations at hand, you can only imagine the defense will have to be pretty creative, and you could say they at least tried to be. During trial, Hopper's defense attorney, Andrew Langdon, claimed that his client grew up in a rural village in Wales and had always felt like he was in the wrong body, saying that Hopper identified with body integrity identity disorder and those with a desire to amputate one or more healthy limbs.
Oh, wait, actually, let me finish this.
The identity disorder, and those with a desire to amputate one or more healthy limbs. His attorney also stated that Hopper didn't regret the operations, but, quote, bitterly regrets the dishonesty about the cause, unquote. Going into detail that after the surgeries, Hopper had been totally overwhelmed by support from friends and family, which made it even more difficult to tell them what had really happened. Later in...
Okay, that's a shitty excuse. I've never heard of this body integrity identity disorder. Sorry, the blobfish popping back up. Oh. Let's get like an official body integrity identity disorder or body integrity dysphoria is when your perception or mental image of your body doesn't match you physically. With this condition, you may want to amputate a healthy leg or arm to feel more complete. This is a challenging condition to manage, but there are treatment options available that don't involve amputation. I mean, yeah, it sounds like that is something that he definitely dealt with, but I don't think that excuses any of the actions that he took. Like, he still committed fraud, and he still bought pornographic videos that he definitely shouldn't be buying from, like, a very illegal website. He spent the money fast. That's not guilt. I think that's a great argument, Mad Hatter. I feel like that's at least what the prosecution is saying. Me trying to remember how fucking attorneys work.
Friends and family, which made it even more difficult to tell them what had really happened. Later in September of 2025, Hopper pled guilty to 2 counts of fraud by false representation and 3 counts of possession of extreme pornographic images. He'd be sentenced to 32 months in prison by a Truro Crown Court judge, 22 months for the...
That doesn't seem like enough. Not even 3 years? I feel like it's a light sentence, low key. It's the UK, Sarby? Is the UK known for having really light sentences? Enlighten me. Y'all are saying UK. What was that? What do you mean? Wait, are y'all just talking about the UK? The US is known for having harsh ones? Call me crazy. I feel like this deserves something harsher. And also, I feel like in the US, it's only harsh for people of color.
The fraud charge to 32 months in prison by a Truro...
They tend to have shorter sentences for prison. Interesting. Okay.
Crown Court judge, 22 months for the fraud charges and a further 10 months for the extreme images. So 2 years and 8 months in prison, which I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Make a fucking example out of this guy. He was a respected surgeon and gallivanted around as this amputee survivor. He was a sick fraud that probably has hurt dozens of patients and will never even know about it.
I feel like the punishment of 2 years and 8 months of prison is not that severe to the point where if somebody's thinking about doing this, they're going to be like, I shouldn't do it because of the consequences. Like, I feel like if somebody really wants this bad, they're going to be like, well, this guy got 2 years and 8 months. So like, how bad could it be? And also that, keep in mind, that's with buying those like videos and images, you know, which I guess probably anybody who's sick enough to like do that would probably be downloading and buying some evil shit off the internet. So
it's a sick fraud that probably has hurt dozens of patients and will never even know about it. As for the disturbed individual behind Eunuch Maker, Mr. Gustafsson, he'd be sentenced to life in prison with a minimum term of 22 years in 2024.
Okay.
In the aftermath,
that's fitting to me, bro. That is extremely fitting.
In prison with a minimum term of...
I think the other guy should have gotten the same sentence. I think, I forgot his name. I think the other guy should have gotten the same sentencing.
22 years in 2024. In the aftermath of his case, many of those who had received amputations from Hopper, they'd contact medical negligence firms.
Svender, I'm just seeing you point out that the amputee's name is called Hopper. That's fucking wild. I didn't even put that together.
Worried that if amputations from Hopper, they'd contact medical negligence firms. worried that a physician who seemed sexually obsessed with amputations was possibly handing them out willy-nilly like they were candy in order to feed his morbid desires. In May of 2026, an oversight panel from the Medical Practitioners Tribunal Service made the decision to remove the doctor from Britain's medical registry. Hopper actually attended this panel in person. Well, sort of. He called in via phone from prison, and he said this, quote, "I attended the tribunal not to change the outcome, but to prove I understand the seriousness. I felt obliged to face the consequences in person. I do have principles, so I chose to face justice head on. It's taken me years to come to terms with what I've done. I'm a man of deep reflection and conscience. I'm not only ashamed of my actions, I'm appalled I was a part of the machinery. I cannot convey how sorry I am. It's behavior I find impossible to understand. I'm so sorry. I've never..."
It's behavior I find impossible to understand. It was your behavior. Like, I think it's fair for us to be like, this is behavior I find impossible to understand, but like, you're the one who did it, bro. It's giving a PR response.
Sorry I am. It's behavior I find impossible to understand. I'm so sorry. I've never tried to excuse my actions. They were inexcusable. At the time, I had no understanding of the motivations. Needless to say, the doctor's sympathies and apologies have fallen on deaf ears. He deserves much worse than what he received in terms of punishment. And I hope his former patients do their due diligence when it comes to reviewing their plan of treatment when under his care, because there's gotta be something there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's no way that there isn't more there that they could potentially dick this guy for. Defense was, Your Honor, I don't know why I did that shit. No, for real.
The Iranian zombie case. This case involves an Iranian woman with a strange proclivity for looking, let's just say, undead. And because of her look, she accidentally found herself in one of Iran's worst prisons.
Oh.
This is the Iranian corpse bride story.
You know what? At least she doesn't have a lazy eye. I'm sorry. We're throwing it back, chat.
In 2017, 19-year-old Iranian influencer
Wow.
Sahar Tabar, real name Fatima Kishband, began posting to Instagram and almost immediately got attention.
Like that. Holy. She's looks maxing? Nah, bro, she's zombie maxing. The fuck? What are you talking about? Look at this shit. Oh my God.
Her photos began posting to Instagram and almost immediately got attention. Her photos were incredibly macabre, and frankly speaking, the woman looked emaciated and ghoulish. A look that seemed to be a purposeful effort. This unusual appearance made her extremely popular, and the story behind why she chose to look.
Okay, but that's like extremely edited. I mean, like you can tell, like it's photoshopped right here to make her like really thin, but like is her face photoshopped? I'm confused. We have to keep going. Hold on.
Like this would appearance made her extremely popular, and the story behind why she chose to look like this would propel her to international infamy. At the time, media reports claimed the story behind her look was that Fatima had botched her face and body, getting close to 50 surgeries in an attempt to look like Angelina Jolie. This shocking motive got the attention of internet users.
Fire that plastic surgeon. Because what?
Like Angelina Jolie. This shocking motive got the attention of internet users around the world, with thousands feeling unsettled that someone would desecrate themselves in the quest of looking like a celebrity. The efficacy of her efforts in looking like Angelina, I reckon, let's just say that's up for debate. As Fatima became infamous online, she garnered the nickname Zombie Angelina Jolie, with many likening her look to characters like Emily from Corpse Bride. These ungodly and blasphemous comparisons would soon become problematic for Fatima.
Bro, if they're calling you zombie, insert celebrity, you're doing something wrong with your life, bro. You are, you gotta take a step back and look at all the shit you're doing and be like, maybe, hear me out, I shouldn't. Oh, hi, Beans.
Godly and blasphemous comparisons would soon become problematic for Fatima. Rumors circulated that the highly theocratic Iranian regime was investigating Fatima for potential crimes against God, and state media outlets speculated that her appearance and the glamorization of it in the comments on Instagram could encourage young people to seek out bizarre procedures or develop eating disorders. Fatima
glamorization? People were glamorizing that look? Damn. I mean, is it healthy? No. Is it kind of creepy? Yeah. But like, I don't know, bro. I think at least right now I'm on the wave of like the tri-boob thing of like, hey, if that's really how you want to live your life, like, I guess. Crime against God is insane.
People to seek out bizarre procedures or develop eating disorders. Fatima, very much in tune with her public perception, felt the pressure and would seemingly course.
Oh, you guys are saying horror fans might be interested in something like that. Not Burton maxing Maria. Oh my God.
Very much in tune with her public procedure.
People are glamorizing Ariana Grande right now and she looks straight out of a horror film. Okay, that's fair. I feel like that makes more sense to me though, because like that's what people are like aiming for. Like her face cannot possibly, maybe not possibly, because there are some weird people out there we've come to understand from this video. But like I would say a majority of people should look at her face and be like, absolutely not. But Ariana Grande makes sense, even though it's definitely not healthy and someone should help her for real, for real.
Or develop eating disorders. Fatima, very much in tune with her public perception, felt the pressure and would seemingly course correct, walking back and debunking some of the more sensationalized claims associated with her appearance. Fatima stated that she had never made any claims of trying to look like Angelina Jolie, nor did she ever have 50 different plastic surgeries, and seemingly suggested that she achieved her strange looks primarily through makeup and by use of photoshopping tools. And from what I understand, she's telling the truth about this stuff. The aforementioned claims actually originated from a European gossip tabloid that went viral, and everyone took that as fact. She also attached a purportedly unmodified.
Yeah, I feel like those gossip pages like this back in the day were exactly like how Twitter is now, where the way that the only way that they could get paid was by saying the most defamatory, outlandish, crazy, stupid shit so that it would go viral and then people would get paid to see these fuck-ass ads on the side of their website. Like, and some of them still do that. Like, that's basically what Twitter is now. People just try to say some fuck ass shit so that their tweet goes viral and they make their like $40, bro.
Viral, and everyone took that as fact. She also attached a purportedly unmodified image of her face, which while clearly, you know, she had some work done, it wasn't quite on the level of zombie that you see in the Instagram pictures.
Yeah.
After reading, it wasn't
like,
quite.
That's not crazy to me, you know? I mean, listen, is like the zombie thing a little weird? Yeah, but like, I'm curious to see how this plays out. Because I'm like, is it a little weird? Yeah, but like, let homegirl do her thing, man.
Right on the level of zombie that you see in the Instagram pictures. After reading this, my understanding of things is like Fatima's Sahar character is a sort of influencer slash performance art alter ego thing. And while she's had plastic surgery, she's using a lot of tricks in post-editing to intentionally make her photos look like she just walked out of a crypt. Later in an interview with Russian news outlet Sputnik, she'd further emphasized to her fans and critics that her photos were extremely digitally enhanced. She says, quote, "No, of course, this is Photoshop and makeup. Every time I publish a photo, I paint my face in an increasingly funny way. It is a way of expressing yourself, a kind of art. My fans know this is not my real face," unquote. The woman would also emphasize that she never sought to look like Angelina Jolie and that the media had made that part up, clarifying that she just had some work done on her face.
Wait, it says, I did not want to resemble the cartoon character Rotting Bride. Now I understand that I look something like them, but I'm amused myself and imitating someone is not an end in itself. Okay.
Made that part up, clarifying that she just had some work done on her face. Definitely weird, and it's the type of thing people...
I mean, I guess I don't understand what she said there, but weird.
Definitely weird, and it's the type of thing people online get parasocial about and concern troll over. But all things considered, like, who is she really harming here? Can't a girl get a couple of surgeries and Photoshop herself to look like a fucking possessed demon on Instagram every now and then? According to the Iranian government, the answer to that question was hell no. And on October 5th, 2019, Fatima was arrested by Iranian authorities on charges of blasphemy, inciting violence, and gaining income through inappropriate means and encouraging youths to corruption.
For 10 years? I'm sorry, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. Is it a little weird? Yeah, but like, that's crazy. That is crazy.
And gaining income through inappropriate means and encouraging youths to corruption. The government's explanation for her arrest was due to numerous complaints about her Instagram account and because God said so. While in custody, Fatima was seemingly compelled to appear on Iranian state television and apologize for her Instagram activity. In the state media broadcast, she reportedly confessed that she yearned to become famous and added that since she had an army of followers, she thought that her path was a righteous one, and that intensified her activities. She reportedly clarified that, "I don't look like these Photoshop pictures right now. I saw people were following what I did, and when the likes grew, I felt like I was doing the right thing. My childhood dream was to become famous," finishing with, "Vulgarity on social media gets a lot of clicks. And if I didn't follow this path, I'd be in a much better place right now." An Iranian human rights group has described her televised apology as being made by coercion, which
I would agree with that. I think this is something that like low key people would maybe find like funny or like whatever nowadays. That's just like, that's so stupid. Like just one of those government things where it's like, really, this is your fucking priority? Is this woman just being a little silly goofy on the internet? Yeah, authoritarianism bullshit, exactly.
Has described her I'd be in a much...
What is this, the Trump administration?
Better place right now. An Iranian human rights group has described her televised apology as being made by coercion, which I certainly agree. It was clear Fatima loved doing what she was doing on Instagram. The sudden pivot was most certainly because the government was like dangling the prison keys in front of her. The national press characterized her as, quote, "a victim with an abnormal personality and mental state who sought vulgarity on social media," essentially casting her off as nothing more than a criminal freak. As a result of looking like an undead ghoul for fun online, Fatima was sentenced to serve 10 years in prison by the Iranian regime. The woman was held in what has been described by foreign journalists as the, quote, "worst prison in Iran for women," a prison described as being rife with disease, poor sanitation, and being plagued by torture, murder, and rape. Thankfully, Fatima would only have to serve 14 months in this prison and was released after a combination of political protests and international...
I was going to say, bro, any years for that is insane. But I'm at least glad that she got out early, but that's just fucked up, bro.
In this prison and was released after a combination of political protests and international pressure. Human rights groups strongly opposed her incarceration from the start, and apparently Fatima came down with a serious case of COVID while in lockup that got international media attention. I reckon not seeing it worth her dying in their custody over the ridiculous so-called crime she committed, the Iranian government released her in late October of 2022. Fatima has not been seen online since and maintains no major social media presence. And I
mean, bro, I'm sure she's fucking scarred. Like, you sent her to the worst prison in Iran. Like, I'm sure she didn't have a very good time and is healing from trauma that you put her through because she was being silly goofy on the internet. Like, that's just so gross. How the fuck was this a fetish? I don't think it is. I think the fetish title, a little bit clickbait. I think the only fetish that I would consider is the middle story, the amputee story. The boob one, maybe you could argue that is a fetish, but I don't really think that is one. I think she just was like, what's a great way I can get famous? 3 boobs.
Not been seen online since and maintains no major social media presence. And I can only imagine this isn't by choice. Rather, it's a necessity for her, as the government would likely lock her back up if she tried to relaunch her strange zombie-like alter ego. And well, you made it to the end of the video. Let me know what you guys thought about.
Yeah. Wow. That's fucked up, bro. That poor girl. I don't fuck with that, bro. Get her out of Iran. I hope to see her zombie videos one of these days and let herself heal, bro. That's just so fucking stupid. Once again, I just another thing that, like, for some reason, religions just think that they are holier, mightier than thou, and they can make rules and make other people suffer because they can't handle the fact that other people don't believe in their sky daddy. You know? Made it to the end of the video, but at what cost? That's true, Cat Piff. What cost, chat? What cost? You guys, I kind of have to pee. Low key, I think I'm gonna save the video, the next one, for tomorrow. We can react to that. I think tomorrow plan is read more Reddit stories, react to the video, and then I'm gonna play a lot of Subnautica tomorrow. We're gonna have a very, very, very long stream. Chat, let's raid Ludwig. He's doing like a gaming marathon right now, playing through Lies of P. I was watching it earlier today. It looks interesting. Oh, we are unable to raid Ludwig at this time. Is that... Oh, you know what, chat? It might be because he's doing a... I'm guessing it's because he's doing like a sponsored post or a sponsored stream. Let's raid Furball then. Furball it is, chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Had a good time. We will react to maybe, hopefully, a little bit. Well, probably won't be that light. It's about trad wives. Yay! Can't wait to hear about shitty men. Ooh. That's sarcastic, by the way. Let Triple Tits and Zombie Girl do their thing. No, I agree. Like that, those ones to me were like, all right, they didn't do anything bad. Let the girls live, chat. Let the girls live. I'll see you guys in the next stream. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like the stream before you leave. I appreciate y'all. See you guys later. Bye. Go, go.